let's take it off. Mystic ancient secrets can all be answered when you ask the mystic access guru. That is I, the great exalted one. I have come across 3 astral projections through the god plane in the hero metamorphosis to give you the knowledge you deserve.
All right, guys. First off, I just watched a trailer of what looks like the best movie of this year or next year. February 13 is when it comes out. It's called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. It's Sam Rockwell plays a the synopsis is a man claiming to be from the future takes the patrons of an iconic Los Angeles diner hostage in search of unlikely recruits in a quest to save the world. It looks fucking crazy. And I mean, it has Sam Rockwell in it, and from what the trailers show, he does not disappoint. So anyway, yeah, and for what it's worth, if anybody is a videophile, it was directed by Gore Verbinski. Let's look him up. Gore Verbinski. What movies did he do? Has he done? Yeah, I used to follow. Oh, Rango, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Lone Ranger, A Cure for Wellness. Holy shit! Pirates of the Caribbean, World's End. So he did all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Did The Weatherman, The Crystal Method, never heard of it. The Ring, The Mexican, Mouse Hunt. Holy shit! He produced the Budweiser Frogs. He produced the fucking Budweiser, or he directed the Budweiser Frogs commercials. So yeah, he's 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 something. He's a good director. Holy shit. Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be good. So hey, Jordan and Mr. Metbat, good to have you here. Glad you can make it. I'm a little early today. A little bit early. I have some stuff to do this afternoon, so I thought I'd get a quicker jump on it because it gets darker earlier. So it's weird to like go to bed when it gets dark and then wake up like fully rested and it's 11:30. I hate fucking transition. I hate it. I can't get used to it. I don't know why we have daylight savings time anymore. I fucking don't know why. Because it's useless. I mean, any farming that's done, people have lights to farm. You know, that's why daylight savings time was done, was created. Well, and for like office workers, for the working people, it's to extend the daylight hours so you don't have to work in the dark. Well, we don't have to work in the fucking dark anymore. You know, they have night football games. Just saying. So they need to do away with daylight savings time. Although I do like what was it? Daniel Tosh 2.0. He said we should have daylight savings time, but it should be one hour forward, 8 hours back. So one half of the year, you know, when the bars close and you think you've got that beauty and you walk out into the light, yeah, make those people suffer. Anyway, he said it a lot funnier. You had to be there, dude. Anyway, Flatzoid's been busy today. I don't know if anybody is subscribed to Dr. Blitz, but he's a very good very good teacher, I'd say. He debates people, but it's more of a learning lesson. He teaches them. He puts their brains to the test, makes them think. He's one of the best I've seen on YouTube. But he's a PhD, and he brought up something, and he'll talk about it. The reason he's so patient is it's something he had to learn. No human is as patient naturally as this guy. He said when you get your PhD, one of the things you have to do is teach undergrad students, and or tutor them or teach them. Can't remember which one he said. And in order to deal with undergrads, you have to be patient. I mean, if you're not patient, you can't teach and you fail and you don't get your PhD. So yeah, he's good. He's really good. Anyway, Flatzoid called into his show today. Flatzoid's live. See, I've got Flatzoid's side of it, and then I've got his side of it. So there's a few things that that happens on this side that doesn't happen on Flatzoid's side because Flatzoid didn't have his window open, so he couldn't see what he was doing on his side. You know, when he was like screen presenting or presenting replaying a video or something like that. So just kind of explaining that. And then Flatzoid's live right now. So do we want to see Flatzoid live now? Or do we want to see Flatzoid get faced? Get complete bodied? I think we'll do this because we won't be doing this live, right? So I think we'll go ahead and do Dr. Blitz first. So what we'll do is we got a timestamp. So when something happens on his side, we'll go to his, we'll go and watch it. So, or I can just explain what he says because I watched the whole thing.
Hey guys, everybody, good to see you. I saw Dr. Blitz was going live and joined the panel so I can see if I can have a debate with him because it's all about God, the creation of God or nature. So I think it'll be an interesting debate discussion with him. It is obviously on his channel, so I'm just waiting for him to start.
Now, as a preface, when I was a Christian, I was led to believe that God wasn't created. God has always been and will always be. There is no beginning to God. So that's what the Baptist faith teaches. That's what the Christian faith teaches. The Protestant faith teaches. So,
but it's good to see everybody. People should start coming in soon. Glad you guys are here. Appreciate you all. Yes, we will still have a proper stream soon. 8 o'clock later. But hey, we are waiting for him to start his thingamabob, his debate, and we'll see how it goes. Let's see if I can find him on, if he's gone live already.
When I bought this plywood, sorry to take I just want to say this before I start. When I bought the plywood for the CNC machine, I had it delivered because I don't have a car, and they delivered it for free. It's a $5 delivery fee or some shit. They delivered it, they took it off the truck, and they stacked it for me. I didn't realize, I didn't remember how heavy fucking a 3/4 inch sheet of plywood is, because I moved it this morning before I started this, and it is fucking heavy. I've become weak. I've become a weak old man, and it sucks. Man, I used to take 3/4 inch plywood, fucking hoist it easy. Now it's like, holy fuck, this is heavy. So I'm gonna have to like pay someone to come and help me move it so I can like, cut it down to size. Should have had it cut it there, but I didn't think of that. I thought I wasn't a feeble old fuck, so I didn't bother. Anyway, on with the show.
Okay, it has gone live already. It's a good thing. Let's see.
Imagine being able.
What is going to say so long? Because he did know I was in, because he said Creality Live, you know. We'll see what he says.
Not attending. He is a flat earther, but doesn't look like he wants to show his stripes, so we'll let him go. Let's
Who's
bring
that?
up another guest.
I'm here.
Bro, can you hear me?
Why
Fro?
did he kick me out?
Oh, no, this is my fault. I'm so dumb. Flatzoid probably could have heard me, but I didn't have my audio on. Bro, can you hear me all right? Testing?
I can. Can you hear me?
Hello?
I can, but your audio is currently being doubled. No worries.
What does that mean?
It means that
do
you
you
kind
believe
of
in
sound
God?
like a robot, actually.
I don't know why he kicked me.
But no worries. Okay, good. It's a
Probably because your microphone is muted, dipshit. Right? Oh no, he didn't have it. No, he did have his microphone muted. Look at this shit. He had his microphone muted.
Let's see.
Imagine being able.
What is going to say so long? Because he did know I was in, because he said Creality Live, you know. We'll see what he says.
not attending. He is a flat earther, but doesn't look like he wants to show his stripes, so we'll let him go. Let's
Who's
bring
that?
up another guest.
I'm here.
Bro, can you hear me?
Ah, he had his microphone muted. What a dipshit. Yes, he got bodied, dude. He got faced. Yeah, as usual. You've never won a debate you've been in, man.
Why
Fro?
did he kick?
And there you go. See, it's funny. You've got a wrench and you're not blocked on my channel. Huh. Isn't that weird?
Me out?
Oh, no, this is my fault. I'm so dumb. Flatzoid probably could have heard me, but I didn't have my audio on.
No, he did hear you. He had his microphone muted.
Bro, can you hear me all right? Testing?
I can. Can you hear me?
Hello?
I can, but your audio is currently being doubled. No worries.
What does that mean?
It means that
Do you
kinda
believe in God?
Hey, Flatzoid, when are you going to make that video showing how a gyroscope can process if it flies a flat and level flight, right? When are you going to show me that?
like a robot,
I
actually.
don't know why he kicked me.
Got a bunch of things that I challenged you to, and you ran away from them. So, yeah, you're just a coward.
But no worries.
The mere fact that I can do this, right? Hello. And then I refresh, and my name's not there. See, just the mere fact that you have me blocked and I don't have you blocked proves that you're a coward.
We were talking about with Matthew, you know what I mean? Matthew 6.
Well, yeah, like, I'm open to learning, but I just don't know much about that.
I didn't want we were gonna watch right now.
Okay, good. It's some good taste you got
Even though it
there.
was live.
Fro, do you believe in God? Sadly. Why is that sad? I see.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching, dude. Do you have your? I'm doing that right now.
And
And
why do you believe in it?
I mean, I know there's like a 10-second delay or a 20-second delay, but dude, it's what I'm here for.
I wrote him a message to say waiting for him. See, that's the sucky thing. You can't hear the opponent say anything.
Fro, you do have some
through
weird
his,
audio issues right now. You're currently echoing. Let me see if I can actually reset your mic.
Let's see. You're good. Okay, he says all good. It wasn't his end. Okay. So
It is not better.
can't hear anything from
Try
the
a
other
different
guy, unfortunately, when it's in this way. But
Maybe?
yeah, it's good to see you guys. Should actually move quiet.
I mean, it's not great, but
Let's see.
I guess we'll make do.
Yeah.
So you believe in God because of the Bible. Is that what you're telling me?
No, he didn't. How did he run for the hills? How did he tell me how he ran for the hills, Flatzoid, please?
Okay, and why should you believe that why do you believe that the Bible is true?
I mean, his debates last about an hour. Any debate he does lasts about an hour. He has a limited time to do his show, and he wants to get as many people in as he can. So you're lucky he lasted that long. So, but anyway, explain how he ran for the hills, please.
Hey, Michael. Good to see you, man.
So I'll just prove that you're a liar.
Thomas, good to see you too. Glad you guys can make it.
Actually, your own words will prove that you're a liar. So go ahead and give the answer that I know you're going to give.
Yeah, we're waiting for him though. Obviously, I can't hear anything in this back room with the other person
ahead.
talking, only on YouTube. But if I do that, then it double plays it. So we can't do anything right now. We'll just be sitting here waiting to go in. Because I was first in line and Dr. Blitz kicked me. Yeah, obviously he said it wasn't on his side. He couldn't hear me or anything, so it wasn't an issue.
Fro,
Well, that's not an explanation how he ran for the hills. So please explain how he ran for the hills.
do you think that that would be compelling to me?
But I am here to have the discussion.
But the question is can you convince me?
So can you convince him to believe in your God? Yes.
All right, well, Fro, I'm going to let you go. The audio is also really, really problematic, but thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Now, we do have a special guest.
Special
See, because that's his job. This is he makes money from this.
guest.
Me. Flatzoid, how's it going? Can you hear me all right?
Hey, good to see you, man.
Hey, my mind.
So, you came on, you want to debate the existence of God?
Yes.
He ran from a sign. No, okay, there you go. I knew. So how did he run? You haven't explained how he ran. What was the process that tells you that he ran? What happened?
I like.
Surprising.
Well, I am a Christian, and my channel is Christian based.
Right, but you don't exhibit any attributes of being a Christian, Flatzoid. You don't. You don't.
All right. Yeah, so, why should I believe that?
Just saying you're a Christian and quoting the Bible doesn't make you a Christian. Okay? They will know you by your works.
God exists.
Because the fact that
So if you're a Christian inside. You haven't shown the world that you're a Christian, Flassoid. Right?
nature can't exist out of its own.
Salvation doesn't rely on works, but being a Christian does. The world will know you by your works.
Because nature can't exist.
That's still not a definite. That's still not the process in which he ran. So you still haven't answered my question, Flatso. Why do you have a problem with that?
On its own?
Yeah.
Why should I believe that?
Because it would
No, I deny Christ. I deny God. He denies God. Put a 1 in the chat if you deny God.
violate the first law of thermodynamics.
Yeah, which God? Which God? Because there's some I deny and some I don't. So.
Ah, okay. Can you tell me what the first law of thermodynamics is?
Nothing can be created or destroyed. Only transferred or transferred or changed. In simple terms.
So supposing that that's the case, it's not really the first law of thermodynamics, but supposing that that's the case, doesn't that mean that God creating the universe would be violating the first law of thermodynamics?
No, because God is supernatural. He's outside of natural law.
So it seems like the first law of thermodynamics would merely imply that the universe has always existed.
No, because according to the first law
But nothing can be created or destroyed.
Yeah.
right?
And nature created
So
itself
that means that it
according to
must
the
have always.
first law.
Right, but the universe isn't God. The universe isn't God. The universe has to obey the laws of physics.
And according to the first law, that means that nature created itself. Where did nature come from?
No. If it always existed, it didn't come from anywhere.
Okay, what's the prerequisites for just existing?
The prerequisites for existing? I don't think that existing has a prerequisite.
Of course it does. Let's, for instance, take a protocell. A protocell had to come from something, correct?
Protocells are an arrangement of matter, right? It's a particular arrangement of matter, and that arrangement of matter is perhaps new, but the stuff that makes up the matter, that stuff wasn't new. Those atoms, those molecules, those existed.
I'm waiting, Flatzoid. What was the process in which you claim he quit? Ah, so you don't want to answer the question. Well, that's sad. That's sad.
That's exactly. And those are natural, you would agree.
The atoms and stuff? Yeah, absolutely.
So you can't answer a simple question like that. See, the answer that you'd give, I'm pretty sure, would be because he disconnected the call before I left, right? That's what you're going to say?
So where did they come from?
Well, either they have always existed, or they were made of something smaller. In this case, they're made of smaller things.
Yeah, which
See, before you leave, well,
requires
I'll let
it
it
to
play.
self-create.
See, the thing is, Flatzoid, is before he disconnected call, about 2, 3, maybe 5 minutes before it ended, you said you had to leave. And you were working on the last thing right then. So that discussion ended with him hanging the call up because you had to fucking leave. So he didn't run away, motherfucker. He disconnected because you said you had to leave. So you're a lying sack of shit, motherfucker. You're a lying sack of shit. And you got caught by your own fucking words.
So to have
Wait, hold on. You keep saying that.
What a pathetic piece of shit you are.
How does that follow?
Because for it to exist, it had to be created. Because it's natural.
Oh, and by the way, before you leave, the term village bicycle is not a Masonic term. It's a derogatory slang term for a promiscuous woman, implying that everyone gets a ride. So you lied again, motherfucker. You fucking slandered her. You treated her like fucking garbage. You talked shit about her, and then you lied about it. You fucking maggot.
According to the first law of thermodynamics, nothing can be created.
Thanks for stopping. Thanks for stopping by, bitch.
It can only be transferred or transformed.
Yeah.
So
if something,
that matter
if
had
nothing
to
was
exist.
Created,
so it self-existed.
If nothing was created, that means that it must have always existed.
And to always exist requires it to be self-created because it has to be a starting point.
No,
And we're going to go over your live stream too. So it's going to be a long day. Buckle up.
Things that always exist were never created.
How does nature always?
Dude, you're just so easy to fuck. You're just so easy. You're the village bicycle because everybody's fucked you. Everyone who's debated you or talked to you has fucked you.
Exist.
I need to remake the logo down here. Our mascot have our mouse on a bicycle. That's what I need to do.
Every day there is a day before that.
But they can't exist without the matter being there, which is self-created already.
And I sent a message to Blitz informing him that you think that AD means after death. But he didn't get it. He didn't see it, I guess.
You keep saying that. Why should anybody believe that matter is self-created if it's always existed?
Because self-existence is an oxymoron, according to nature.
Self-existence. What is self-existence? Self-existence. Definition. The state of existing independently of any external cause, creator or sustaining force. Okay.
I don't know what that means.
An
I don't know what
oxymoron means
self-existence
it's a contradiction in terms. So
what does self-create, or what does self-existence mean?
if it's always existed, it just existed out of self. With God, he existed
I don't
out
know
of self.
what do you mean existed out of self? What does that mean?
Like for instance, God, he is the beginning and the end. There was nothing
Well, that's the
before
claim.
God.
I don't
No.
You're trying to convince me that that's true.
No, I'm trying to show you.
So if he was the beginning and the end, he had no beginning. He wasn't created. If he was the beginning, he wasn't created. But I think Flatzoid does thinks he did, or fuck, I can't talk.
the difference. So with supernatural, with Jesus, with God, he is the Alpha and Omega. So he is the beginning. There was nothing before him. He could self-create. He is the one that created even himself out
I don't
of
think that
existing.
anything was created.
And what's funny is people like Flatzoid who don't believe in the Big Bang, they say, well, how could the entire universe be created from nothing? Well, creation states that everything was created from a thought. God thought it, and it was. So how could everything you see be created from less than nothing? A thought. See, a thought is something that's just, it's arbitrary. It's not real. Nothing is real. It's just the absence of real. So how could everything be created from less than nothing?
I don't think that anything was created. I think there's always been stuff.
But that's an
So there was no
oxymoron
creation
again.
necessary.
Because you
Where's
are
the
a
oxymoron?
naturalist. You are a naturalist, correct?
Yes, he is dumb as shit, man. He is dumber than dog shit. He said AD is after death. He said, that's what we were always taught. No, nobody taught you that.
Yeah, kinda, I guess.
So according to nature, has to abide by natural law.
Well, sure, but
So according to Flatzoid, I'll go back a little bit. I've been interrupting a lot. So according to Flatzoid, our biblical time span, or our time span of everything, is we had before Christ, and then Christ was born, and then he had 33 years or 32 years of nothing, just no recorded anything, right? Just time stopped, and then it was AD. Fucking dipshit. Hey, gravity hits hard.
and that arrangement of matter
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it. I try and entertain. Sometimes I'm just bad at it.
is perhaps new, but the stuff that makes up the matter, that stuff wasn't new. Those atoms, those molecules, those existed.
That's exactly it. And those are natural, you would agree.
The atoms and stuff, yeah, absolutely.
So where did they come from?
Well, either they have always existed, or they were made of something smaller. In this case, they're made of smaller things.
Yeah, which requires it to self-create. So to have
Wait, hold on. You
creation,
keep saying that. How does that follow?
because for it to exist, it had to be created, because it's natural. According to
Why?
the first law of thermodynamics, nothing can be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred or transformed.
Yeah.
So
if something,
that matter
if
had to
nothing was
exist.
created,
So it
if
self-existed.
nothing was created, that means that it must have always existed.
And to always exist requires it to be self-created, because it has to be a starting point.
No, things that always exist were never created.
How does nature always exist?
There, I sent him a message. Oh, by the way, either 1 or 2 days, I can't remember if it's the 14th or the 15th, but Tarkov 1.0 is being released. It's out of beta and releasing on time.
Every day.
And if you know the reference if you know what that's referring to, put it in the chat and let me know how good you are. Hey, Debatable D.
There was a day before that.
But they can't exist without the matter being there, which is self-created already.
You keep saying that. Why should anybody believe that matter is self-created if it's always existed?
Because self-existence is an oxymoron, according to nature.
I don't know what that means.
An
I don't know.
This is this morning. This was 8 o'clock this morning. Yeah, it just took 9 years. Yeah.
Oxymoron means it's a
Self-existence.
contradiction in terms.
Actually, 2017. Isn't that when it came out? I know that's when I bought it.
So
what does self-create, or what does self-existence mean?
if it's always existed, it just existed out of self. With
No. A state of existing independently of any external source, creator, or sustaining force that implies that a being is not caused or dependent on another for its existence, and it has its own intrinsic power of being. Synonymous include autonomy, independence, and self-sufficiency, and it's often applied to religious context of God. So
God, he
he's sort of right.
existed
I don't
out
know
of
what
self.
what
Yeah, I've been thinking about Arc Raiders, but number one, I don't like PvP. Humans are just too unpredictable. And I don't like third person. I don't like the third person view. I used to play the Faction. I think it's called the Faction. They made a movie out of it. But I didn't like the third person.
do you mean existed out of self? What does that mean?
Like for instance, God, he is the beginning and the end. There was nothing
Well, that's the
before
claim.
God.
I don't.
No.
You're trying to convince me that that's true.
No, I'm trying to show you the difference. So with supernatural, with Jesus, with God, he is the Alpha and Omega. So he is the beginning. There was nothing before him. He could self-create. He is the one that created even himself out of
I don't think that anything was created. I don't think that anything was created. I think that there's always been stuff.
But that's an
So there was no
oxymoron
creation
again.
necessary.
Because you
Where's
are
the
a
oxymoron?
naturalist. You are a naturalist, correct?
Yeah, kinda, I guess.
So according to nature, has to abide by natural law.
Well, sure, but I suspect what you and I think of as natural law are probably very different.
Maybe there's an impulse. Or what? How do you understand
The Division 2. Tom Clancy's The Division 2. That's the game. So, do you like Battlefield? Yeah, I played Battlefield. I played the last one, not Battlefield 6, but Battlefield 2024, I think. Yeah, I've heard Battlefield. Yeah, it's completely fucking destructible landscape. Like everything can be destroyed. It looks good, but yeah, I'm just not in that genre. Battlefield 1. Oh, fucking America's Army, man. That's the OG dog. I think America's Army was like one of the first FPS military shooters.
the first law of thermodynamics?
And that used to be free. Put out for free by the Army as a recruiting tool. Play Hunt Showdown. I've seen Hunt. Yeah, it's like horror western extraction genre.
According to natural law.
These are all the games I've owned and own. So on the left side, at any time I can reinstall any of these and play them. So, yeah, I own a lot of games. One might call me an addict.
The first law of thermodynamics is just the statement that in a...
Right now, I'm playing Duckov. I bought that. It was like $17 or some shit. It's real cheap. But yeah, it's Escape from Duckov. It's Escape from Tarkov, kind of scaled down. Although it's not really scaled down. It's huge. The maps are huge. But it's you're a duck, and you're fighting other ducks and birds. It's pretty fun.
time translation invariant system, a time translation invariant closed system, rather, the energy of the system is fixed with time.
Sarah, I want to go back and watch this.
Possible. What?
So Flatzoid, if you ask him what the second law of thermodynamics is. he'll say it's the entropy law. SWAT 4. No, I haven't played. I haven't played any of the SWAT games. I have played Ready or Not. Yeah, Ready or Not. What are some of the other ones? I can't think right now. Yeah, they're not showing up. What the fuck? Yeah, I've got Squad here. Yeah, I play Squad. 6 Days in Fallujah. That's pretty fun. Stalker. 0 Hour. Well, that's not that's in a military shooter. But yeah, I like CQB, like SWAT style shooters. Never played SWAT, but I like SWAT style shooters. Anyway.
How do you understand the first law of thermodynamics according to natural law?
The first law of thermodynamics is just the statement that in a time translation invariant system, a time translation invariant closed system, rather, the energy of the system is fixed with time.
No, that's false. That's
No, that's false. See, thermodynamics deals with the closed systems, basically isolated systems. Yeah, it's theoretical.
That's not the description of the first law of thermodynamics.
It's not what
That's
they teach you in high school, that's
yeah,
true, but that is
a
the correct
metaphysics
description of conservation of energy.
Yeah, the conservation of energy comes after the first law of thermodynamics.
No, the first law of thermodynamics is a statement about conservation of energy.
Because the conservation of energy requires...
See, he's arguing with a PhD about the laws of physics.
Why is the first law of thermodynamics?
You know, the conservation of energy, like that statement predates the statement of the first law of thermodynamics.
Yeah, but the first law is natural law. The conservation of energy...
No, you didn't know that. Don't say yeah like you knew that.
requires the first law
is just a regularity that we observed. Like the first law only holds in time translation invariant systems.
Okay, are you able to show me anything in observed reality that can violate the first law?
Observed reality. What would unobserved reality be? How can you show unobserved reality, Flatzoid?
Well,
see, Stephen King put it best: when you add words unnecessarily to make your point or to seem intellectual, you failed. Stephen King was really big on distilling sentences down to their utter meaning, cutting out a lot of bullshit.
Your version of the first law or my version of the first law?
Not my version. That is the first law of thermodynamics.
Well, your version of the first law is really easy to violate. Your version.
What? Arwen on a white supremacy rant? Oh, Jesus.
Says that matter can't be created or destroyed, but if you just go look at a banana emits positrons every 40 minutes or so. This is a type.
Yes, bananas are radioactive. Bananas are radioactive. Did you know that?
Of potassium decay. And that positron will go find an electron, and then they'll both annihilate each other and disappear.
And that banana had to first get the energy to transform, correct?
Yeah, but the positron and the electron that disappears are examples of matter, and that matter
That's
no
entropy.
longer exists.
Yeah, it's part of entropy, and it doesn't exist,
It's
not exist
entropy.
anymore.
So we agree that matter can be destroyed?
It transforms. It doesn't get destroyed.
Oh, no. The matter is destroyed. That matter no longer exists. There's no matter that it produces in this
Let's,
process.
for instance, take a decaying...
What does it transform into?
Let's, for
What
instance,
does it transform into, Flatside?
let's, for instance, take a decaying banana, as you put it. You throw that peel away, it It decays, correct?
I'm not talking
gives
about
to entropy.
like a rotting banana. I'm talking
Well,
about
that's
radioactive
material.
decay of potassium.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know what decay means when you're talking about fucking potassium. When you're talking about radioactivity, he doesn't know what decay means. And you're arguing with a PhD
In a banana.
Yeah, but
who has to know this, right? You don't just get a PhD because you want a PhD, Flatzoid. You have to study for this shit. I'm sorry. You have to be indoctrinated with this shit. Fucking moron.
the radioactive decay simply is not the transformation. Remember, it's running out of energy.
So what would happen if some idiot came into your shop and argued with you about how to mix paint and they didn't even know what color was? What would you fucking say, Flatzoid? Would you think he's an idiot?
So what happens is the transform
it's
of the
not running out of
decay, the
energy.
transform the decay from the peel
You
is turning into
know what
compost.
radioactive decay is?
Go and educate me. What's that?
Radioactive decay is a process in which some
Oh my
atoms,
God.
which are unstable,
Like fission.
can emit
yeah.
different kinds of matter, electrons, protons.
No, not like fission. Oh my God. Oh my Jesus.
Which are
Mhm.
unstable
Like fission.
and emit
yeah.
different
No, not like fission. Not like fission. Jesus Christ, man. And no, Flatzoid, fission is not throwing a line in the water to catch a meal.
different kinds of matter, electrons.
See, my mind, I can't understand why they can't make the simple connection between a boat going over the horizon of the ocean and a car going over the horizon of an overpass. They just can't make that connection.
Protons,
And they separate.
rarely neutrons, alpha particles, whatever. They can emit different kinds of matter and then transform into a different kind of atom. So in the case of potassium-40, you have potassium decaying into calcium, I want to say, or something like this. But in doing so, it gives off a type of matter
Radiation, yeah.
called a positron, and that positron goes and it finds an electron.
And he just keeps, oh my God, it's hilarious. Stewie would say, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
And then when they meet together, they both cease to exist.
And there's
Argon,
evidence of
not-
observing the cease to exist.
Hey, Lindsay. Yeah, there is evidence that they cease to exist. Yes, shit happens. They can measure it.
Sorry?
And there's evidence of observing them cease to exist.
Yeah, we can see the effect of the positron, and then we can see it not existing anymore.
What if it's just transformed into something we're not able to observe at the moment?
Oh, well, then you're not doing science.
No, science is basically based on what you can observe. So if you can't observe, it's not scientific. So
You're
you
right.
just said you
So, like
can't
I said, you're
observe
not
it.
doing science.
No, it's still science. Because you
I
have
thought you said it's based on what you can observe.
you making an inference that positron just doesn't
Actually,
exist anymore.
we do know where it goes. It becomes
Did I just say hello, Lindsay? I can't remember. My mind's shot. My mind's completely blown. I have no idea.
light, and light isn't matter.
I'm still in my first bowl of the morning, and haven't had enough coffee.
Oh, so it does still exist. It doesn't get destroyed. You just
Well, no,
debunked
the matter
yourself.
doesn't exist anymore. Light is not matter.
But it's transformed into light. So therefore, it doesn't
Right,
violate
so the
the
matter,
first law.
So the first law of thermodynamics that you said is that matter can't be created or destroyed. Well, the matter is destroyed.
It doesn't. It's transformed into light.
I'm sorry, is
Is
light
light
matter?
energy? Is light energy?
Is light matter?
Not according to your rhetoric, no. But is it energy?
I wouldn't say it's energy, no.
So
It
light
has
does
energy,
light
but
doesn't have any
it
energy,
Isn't energy.
but it has energy.
Sure.
So why doesn't it not transform into that energy of light?
Well, so the energy of the positron-electron annihilation does become the energy of the photons, but the matter, the electron, the positron matter, that ceases to exist.
Yeah, because it's transformed into light.
And actually, a neat thing that creates light is cavitation. the pistol shrimp creates a vacuum. Flatzoid and these dipshits say that a vacuum can't exist in nature. No. Pistol shrimp create a vacuum. Their nature, that's nature, Flatzoid, in the water, which is nature, with their claws, which is nature. See, they snap their claws so fast, it creates a shock wave that's so intense that it cavitates the water and creates an air bubble, which is a vacuum in the water. Then that vacuum, then that air bubble or vacuum collapses so violently it creates light. You get a flash of light like this. Pistol shrimp. See if I can find one. Is that going to show it? I don't know. Yeah, here we go. And this is BBC, so I've got to mute it and I'm going to slow it down. Here, slow-mo. It's fascinating. Here we go. Yeah, that's not AI. Yep. That's fucking fascinating.
As you said.
Okay, so we agree that your version of the first law of thermodynamics,
my
that matter
version.
can't be created or destroyed,
Yeah, it is your version because it's not the real version, Flatzoid. Oh, it's not my version. I didn't do that. I didn't just knock that over in front of you.
is not correct.
Would
It's
you
not
be able?
true.
Would you be able to bring the definition up of the first law quickly?
I already gave you a definition.
No, you can bring
we
up
were
on
working
screen
off
He read it, Flatzoid.
for
yours.
everybody. Because MIT
wanna-
says you're wrong.
Okay, I don't
MIT says he's wrong.
care what MIT says.
Well, actually, every university.
Here, MIT. First law, MIT. First law of thermodynamics states that in the change in energy of a closed system equals the sum of heat transferred to it and work done to it. du equals dq plus dw. This is basically the statement of conservation of energy. Basically, the statement of conservation of energy. So yeah, it's basically the statement of conservation of energy. It's a description of the conservation of energy, which is exactly what he said. See, your version is just not right.
Says you're wrong if you're telling me the first law, what the definition I'm giving is wrong, because that's literally the definition of the first law of thermodynamics.
No. It's basically a statement. Anyway.
Here's the first law. Actually, do you want? Let me show you something fun. Let me pull it up really quick.
By the way, I'm happy I made time to be able to debate you, man. Been waiting to do this for a while.
I believe you.
Hmm.
Sorry, I'm just pulling something
No
up really
stress,
quick.
man.
Is this the wrong? It's the wrong course. Maybe this one.
Oh, wait.
Maybe here.
How much is a new game? Which new game? Gravity? I don't know which game we were talking about.
No.
And you don't have to do that.
Maybe here. No. Maybe here.
Yes, that's the flat Earth way, Gravity. You're an expert on what you just learned about automatically. Because when you become a flat earther, you become woke. You gain this special internal knowledge that you can't gain without being woke.
Sorry, I'm looking for a very
No
specific
stress,
thing.
man.
Maybe here. I'm sure I wrote this down at some point.
The one I want.
I promise this is worth it if I can just find it.
There are a couple games I do want.
Can I send you?
I could probably pick
Can I
one
send
from
links
those.
to you? Or
I'd like to
I'm
get.
not sure.
you
I-
can-
I'd like to get Stalker 2. That's the game I've been wanting to play. It's a PvE single person, though it might be multi-person. I'm not sure, co-op. But yeah, it's a continuation on the Stalker series, and it's brand new. The old ones are like 19 or 2001 or some shit, really really old. But those, because I mean that's what one of the reasons why I play Tarkov is because it was the name of the game, Escape from Tarkov, was named in reference to, I can't remember. It's not Nikita. Named for the guy who wrote or directed Stalker, the movie Stalker. The movie Stalker was taken from a book called Roadside Picnic, which is a really good book. I bought the book about aliens. If they were to stop at Earth, it would just be like a roadside picnic to them. They would just leave technology thrown about because that's their waste. So where they land would just be like remnants of them having a roadside picnic. And Stalker was about these stalkers that go out and they go out and they scavenge technology that's found in this zone, the roadside picnic area, from the aliens. And a lot of it's deadly and mysterious and shit. But it's just a good book. And that turned into the Stalker games, and Tarkov is an offshoot of that and named after Tarkovsky, the director of the movie. It's really interesting. It's an interesting cosmos. So Stalker 2 is the one I do.
Can
Can, but
send you a link in here.
I might not be able to see them. Depends on where you send them.
I just put in the chat, the private chat. There we go.
Here we go. Okay, I found it.
And I'd like to see Stalker. The people that there's guys that did a video. I don't know if it was Nikita who created Tarkov, but there's a film company that did a movie called I can't remember what the name of the movie is, but it's basically like a movie version of Tarkov, of a mission in Tarkov, where they're shooting it up and stuff. I'd like to see them do Stalker or Roadside Picnic. I'd like to see some film company do a movie Roadside Picnic. Stalker's already been done, but that's a lot different than Roadside Picnic. It's just like one instance of a guy going out into the zone. But Roadside Picnic is just follows the adventures of one guy doing that and his other stuff. Anyway.
All right. I don't know if you can.
Oh. Stalker. Let me look. Stalker 2. $59.99. Wow. Yeah, it's $59.99. If you want to get, I've got Heart of Chernobyl, so I don't need those. But yeah, or Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. Oh, that's the Ultimate Edition. That's like, yeah, that's no. But yeah, just the basic game. That's how much it is. So
You can see this.
I appreciate it. It's fucking great.
So
Do I have to go on YouTube to see it? Oh, there we go. It's showing.
there we go. So in fact, this is a set of lecture notes that I used when I was lecturing while I was a grad student. So this is what was taught at a university, actually. This is the first law of thermodynamics.
Right. Wow, that looks just like that, doesn't it? That looks just like that.
Conservation of, yes, used energy.
The first law of thermodynamics is that the change in energy is equal to the heat minus the work.
Yeah.
It doesn't say anything about energy can't be
So-
created or destroyed. It doesn't say anything about matter is always converted, not created or destroyed. It doesn't say anything about that. This is the first.
In Aussie dollars. Oh wow. $60 in Aussie dollars. Uh, 91.93? Is that the exchange rate? Yeah, 91.93. So
First law of thermodynamics.
Would you do me a favor and quickly show that link I sent you?
I'd have to go find it.
I'll put it in the private chat.
In the
so he looks at one sentence, the basic statement, and ignores all this.
on the
Private chat in the
Amazing.
oh, okay. Yeah, let me pull it up.
Fucking amazing.
Oh, you're using the chemistry first law? Oh yeah. This is the
I mean, it's like the comedian said he threw away money. He said, I was at a gas station. I had some change in my hand and some trash, and I just threw it all away. Like, I'm just rich. I can throw money away. It's like, wow. I was going somewhere with that, but I can't remember. Anyway,
version. This is basically the same thing.
it's like he heard one thing. It's like, and he just went with it. Didn't listen for the rest of the explanation. Anyway, never mind. Yeah, 95 will work.
yeah, it's from Kim.
Yeah, so here's the version that he just sent me.
yeah, Kim.
It's very similar.
Yeah, it is based on the similar,
see it
but
here.
look what it says.
So chemists use Q plus W instead of Q minus W, but that's fine. So this statement here, this is inaccurate. So
Why?
This is true when systems are time translation invariant. It's called Noether's theorem. When systems are not time translation invariant, this statement is no longer true. The first law of thermodynamics no longer holds. But supposing for a moment that this was true, because this is the crux of your argument, and we can even grant this because it kind of destroys the argument that you're making. If this were true, if energy could not be created nor destroyed, then it would follow that energy has always existed.
No, it would go against E. Do you agree with E equals mc squared?
Sure.
So matter and energy are the same, one in the same actually in different contexts.
No, the M stands for mass, not matter.
It's transferable. E equals mc squared. It says
No,
energy
those
and
are
mass
not
can
synonyms.
be transliterated as one another.
Yeah. So energy and mass, not energy and matter.
Yeah, mass. But mass is matter, correct?
No.
So how do you
Mass
have
is a
mass
property
without...
of matter.
Yeah, exactly. So you need matter for mass to exist.
No, see, that's that invincible ignorance. He says, no, they're not interchangeable. Yeah, so I'm right. Listen to that. This is one of his tactics. It's called invincible ignorance. Everything you say proves me right.
So energy and mass, not energy and matter.
Yeah, mass. But mass is matter, correct?
No.
So how do you
Mass
have
is a
mass
property
without...
of matter.
Yeah, exactly. So you need matter.
Exactly. No, he just he just debunked you. He just refuted you. And you agree with him? And you think that proves you right?
For mass to exist.
Well, that's debatable. It depends on what you mean by matter. But no, matter is the stuff. Mass is a property of the stuff. The E stands for energy. The M stands for mass, not matter. But anyway, the point is, I don't see how you're getting out of this. If it says it can't be created or destroyed, then that means that it couldn't have had a beginning.
Exactly. So your nature
If
couldn't
it
have a
doesn't
beginning
have
out
a
of
beginning,
itself.
then it's always existed.
That means it couldn't have existed out of itself. The fact that we have nature
I don't know what that
existing,
means. If something didn't
sorry,
begin and yet it exists, it means that it always existed.
which goes against nature, because nature
Okay,
cannot
what's
just
the law?
exist.
What's the law that it violates? In what
first
way does
law.
it go against
The
nature?
first law of thermodynamics.
Wait, the first law doesn't say that something can't always exist.
Yes, it does. Because
where
nothing
does
can
it
be
say that?
created. It has to take it out. I mean, let's for instance, do you believe in the Big Bang?
It says nothing. It says it can't be created. That doesn't mean that it can't always
Ah.
exist. It says
For something to
created.
exist, it has to be created, correct?
You surely don't want to say that.
I do.
God exists.
Yes, he
Was God
self-created.
created?
God's not natural.
Oh,
He's not bound by
wait,
natural
hold
laws.
hold on. You think that God can create itself?
Yes,
That means that God was around before God existed?
he is the beginning of time, yes.
So God existed before God existed?
Yes, he's the beginning of time.
Oh, okay, so that means
He's
so
literally,
okay,
he's
so you're just
literally, let me
affirming
put it this way.
contradictions.
Let me put it this way.
Before God existed, God didn't exist, but also before God existed, God did
Before
exist.
God existed, there was
Hence a
nothing.
contradiction.
No, before God existed, there was nothing. So out of God
So
existing,
things
everything
can't-
came.
Things can't create themselves. I thought you agreed on that.
Nature can't. God is not bound by natural
So
law.
to be clear, that's not a law of physics. That's like a law of logic. So this isn't like some nature versus supernatural thing. This is a law of logic.
Seems like you're running
It's
from...
not a law of logic,
Seems
but
like
it's
you're running from
derivable using
naturalism, man.
the classical laws of logic.
Seems like you're running from naturalism.
What does this have to do with naturalism? You said that God
You're a
created
naturalist.
itself. You want to...
You
Well,
literally
I mean,
say nature creates
to a
itself,
to a
has
certain
always
extent,
existed,
yeah.
therefore
But
naturalism.
the point. So I think that the universe wasn't created. I think that the universe that there's never not been a universe. On the other hand, you think that God was created, but that God created itself. So why don't we run down an argument?
But remember,
you wanna
you're
run down an
missing the
argument?
point. God's not based on natural law. Nature is always based
Do you
on
want to
natural
run down?
So he believes in magic. He believes in magic. that an entity can create itself. No, Flatzoid, man created God. Man created God to explain natural phenomenon that he saw around him, and he attributed everything to the workings of God. And over time, we realized, well, no, God doesn't cause the tides. It's caused by the moon. Well, that's a little piece of God taken away. And well, the sun doesn't get carried across the sky by a chariot. That's not God doing it. That's the rotation of the earth, another piece of God. This is something that Neil deGrasse Tyson has said that he's gone through. So little by little, God's little bits of God have been taken away. Pretty soon you don't have any God. So how can you worship a God that can be defeated by knowledge? That's weird.
Down an argument? We can run down an argument if we want.
Yeah. But like I'm saying, can
Okay,
you show
we'll-
me any
we'll do a formal
observable
argument.
thing in nature that shows nature just
All right.
existing?
So we have premise 1. God created himself. Premise 2.
God
If a
self-created.
thing
Wait.
is
No, that's exact. God self-existed, self-created. So he
So
didn't
what does
really
it mean to
self-create.
self-create?
He is the beginning.
What
So
does
in
it
other-
mean to self-create?
In God, everything came from. In other words, without God's existence, nothing would
Wait,
happen.
so I'm sorry. So do you think that everything needs to be created in order to exist?
Yes,
Okay, now what created God?
himself.
Okay, so you agree with premise 1.
He didn't
God
really,
created himself.
he didn't really create himself as to be. He just existed
Okay, so we agree
out
with
of
premise
himself.
1.
He
Premise
existed
2.
out of
If a
himself, but he
thing
created. Okay,
is
no, I'll
created,
take it. I'll
then
take
it
it.
did not exist before it was created. Do we agree with premise 2?
Nothing existed before God existed. Agreed.
If a thing is created, then it did not exist before it was created. Okay,
Yes.
premise 3.
Okay.
A thing cannot take actions if it does not exist. Do we agree?
That's an oxymoron. You can't have a thing not taking action if it doesn't exist. So that's literally just implodes itself.
You
Can't
think
have
that
an action
premise 3
without
is
something.
false.
You can't have something that doesn't exist take an action.
If a thing does not exist, it cannot take an action.
So it's an oxymoron.
It's self-evidently true, right?
You can't have
because it doesn't
a
exist.
thing.
How could it take an action?
Exactly. So it's an oxymoron. You don't even have to put it in.
Okay,
That's
so
what I'm
no,
trying
this
to
is an oxymoron. It's just obvious.
Yeah,
Right? Like
okay.
unicorns can't take actions because unicorns don't exist.
tell you. Maybe they haven't been discovered yet. Just joking.
All
Okay,
right,
go
so
on.
we agree on this.
Yeah.
Premise 4: if a thing is created, it cannot take actions before it was created. That follows from, we can actually call
Yeah,
this C1.
okay, yeah,
that
that's
follows from P2 and P3.
Yes.
Okay.
It depends.
Premise 4.
It does depend though. If it's all this is based on nature though.
Premise 4: the creation of a thing requires an action before the thing is created.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Conclusion 2.
So Flatsoid thinks God created himself. No, Flatsoid, God's always been around, always been here. Nothing created God, or according to the Bible, God wasn't created. Not even by himself.
Actually, this is conclusion 2 from this follows from P1 and P2. God created himself, or God took an action before God was created.
Again, you type in God into naturalism. God's not a nature.
This has nothing to do with naturalism.
It
We're not
is.
doing naturalism at all.
Everything you're
this follows
posting
from
as
premise,
naturalism.
premise 1 and premise 4.
You know, the argument is
God created himself,
Wait,
and the creation of a thing requires an action before the thing is created. Therefore, God took an action before God was created.
okay, but let's put it this way: is God bound
Conclusion
by
3.
natural law? Is God bound?
Conclusion
No, let's put it this way. I love when they do that. Let's put it this way. Let's throw this at the wall and see if it sticks.
3. This follows from C1 and C2. God cannot. Sorry, this is so we have conclusion 3, a contradiction between C1 and C2. If a thing is created, it cannot take actions before it was created, but God took an action before God was created.
Okay.
So, which of these premises do you disagree with?
Based on natural law, none of them can fit.
No,
Based on
just
supernatural,
which of these premises do you think is false?
none of them based on supernatural.
So, premise 1 is true. God created himself
Yes.
in your worldview.
Yes.
Okay, premise 2 is true. If a thing is created, then it did not exist before it was created.
Yes.
Okay, so, and premise 3 is true. If a thing does not exist, it cannot take an action.
Mm-hmm.
Now, conclusion 1 follows from premise 2 and premise 3, so you can't reject conclusion 1.
I agree.
That follows via modus ponens.
Mm-hmm.
Now, premise 4, you agree. The creation of a thing requires an action before the thing is created.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, if we take premise 1 and premise 4, God created himself, and the creation of a thing requires an action before the thing is created, that means that God took an action, that's the action here, before God was created.
Yeah. His action was himself being
So
created.
we have that on the one hand, if a thing is created, which God is, it cannot take actions before it was created. On the other hand, we say that God took an action before God was created.
That's
So
why I
it seems
said
like
it's
we
a-
have a direct contradiction. So
yeah,
is
and the
it,
contradiction is you
so
must.
do you,
the
do you
contradiction
assert,
is
do you assert true contradictions?
no. The contradiction is you're trying to. I was telling you can't type that in because it's an oxymoron. Now you're going against what I was saying, and I'm telling you, God is
Wait, but you
supernatural.
agree
He's
with
not.
all the
Wait,
premises. Or do
No.
you reject one of the premises?
I agree with it based on the point that it would substantiate with
So he agrees with all the premises, but he rejects some of them.
supernaturalists. You, on the other hand, are running away from because you believe in
Sorry, none of this
naturalism.
has to do with naturalism or supernaturalism.
You are a
This
naturalist.
is just logic.
You are a
This is just
naturalist.
logic.
You believe you
So-
came from nothing.
I may very well be a naturalist, and maybe my worldview is wrong, but we just demonstrated deductively that your worldview is
No,
contradictory.
you are literally ignoring everything I'm saying. You are taking naturalistic thinking view and putting it into supernatural.
Where's the natural?
Does anybody's phone ever just start an app for no reason? That's weird.
By the way,
in the-
none of this will be
which
contradictory
premise is
based on
naturalistic
quantum
here?
physics. Based on quantum physics, none of
Which,
this would
I'm
be.
sorry, which premise here is naturalistic?
You are basing it on naturalistic viewpoints.
Okay, which one? Which premise?
All of them.
Oh, okay. So which premise do you think is false then when you consider supernatural?
None of them
Stuff.
based on supernatural, because supernatural is not bound by natural laws.
We're not talking about natural laws. We're
We
talking
are.
about logical laws. No, these aren't. There's no natural laws in any
Why are
of
you
these
running away
premises.
from this, man? Come on.
How are we
You're
running?
running
away
as
from
far
anything?
away
We're
from
just
this as
talking about
possible.
logic.
You believe.
Are we not talking about logic
You
here?
believe nature created everything we see today.
I don't think that nature created anything. I think that things have always been.
Which
I don't
means
think
it
that
had
there
to be
was ever
self.
nothing.
Okay, let's place it on you. If we put P1,
No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to let you pivot.
nature existed. No,
do you
we can do
reject-
exactly
do you
the same.
reject
We
premise
can do
one?
the-
Do you
God,
reject premise one?
God self-existed, which means he
Okay, now
self-created.
Okay, so you agree with premise one.
He
You
self-created.
agree with premise two.
Nothing in this definition says nothing about God creating himself. Nothing. Self-existence is the state of existing, hey, Cygnus, independently of an external cause, creator or sustaining force. The creator. So if God created himself, he can't be he can't have self-existence. That was this morning, 8 o'clock this morning.
If a thing
So he's wrong. He's absolutely wrong.
is created, it did not exist before it was created. Correct.
Okay, you agree with premise three?
If a thing does not exist, it cannot take action. Yes.
Okay, and therefore conclusion one follows, right?
No. If a thing is created, it cannot take action before it is created. You just literally took P3 and just typed it in again,
No, I took P2 and P3 and combined them.
which makes the same argument. But you
Okay, so I'm
misunderstand.
glad you agree with conclusion one.
You
I'm glad you agree with
misunderstand. You
conclusion one. Great.
misunderstanding. You misunderstanding. God is the
This is
beginning.
modus ponens, by the way.
Okay, let's put it this way. If you have a impulse, it has a start, correct?
I don't know what you mean by an impulse.
Because you physics, you know what an impulse is.
Oh, you mean an impulse in like a force applied over time?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's got a start and it's got an end.
Yep.
Correct? So that start of that impulse would be, for
Damn, it's time to shave my mustache again.
instance, God is that impulse. At that impulse start, that's when God created himself. Understood?
Okay, so then what caused the impulse?
God.
So the impulse caused itself?
Yes. God self-created.
Okay, but we just agreed that if a thing is created, it cannot take actions before it was created. So
But
how
it's
could
created
it
on, that's what I'm
take an
saying.
action?
It's created on
How
that
could it
same...
take an action
that
creating
action is
itself if
literally-
it didn't exist?
Because God is supernatural. He created everything from the beginning.
Supernatural, smooper-natural. Like, none of these premises say anything about
Okay.
whether or not it only applies
got
to
it.
natural things or it only applies to supernatural
It does.
things.
I've got another way of putting
These
this.
apply to
Would-
everything,
no,
unless you
no.
reject some law of logic.
No, none of these apply. The way you're trying to place...
Which of these premises does not apply to God?
Okay, is... The way you're trying to place naturalism onto it doesn't apply to God.
I'm not.
Well, it looks like the community bicycle is backpedaling.
I'm not applying naturalism whatsoever. This argument is like Christians would make this argument to say that God can't create himself because Christians recognize that God didn't create himself. At least
No,
smart Christians
based
do.
based on the premises you're writing here, it's worded as created self. That's what I'm telling you, okay? He
agreed
he
with that.
self-existed. Yeah, but because he self-existed, that means he was self-created.
Okay, so then
on that
God created
premise,
himself.
based on the wording
You would
you're
agree.
writing.
So you believe that God created himself. That's not the Christian doctrine.
Okay. Yes, it literally is. Okay. Can you
It
show me in
literally
scripture?
isn't.
Can you show me in the scripture where it doesn't? Where it says he doesn't? Because in scripture it says, "I am the Alpha and Omega." That means it's the beginning and the end. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and God was the Word, and Word was with God. So that means in the beginning, the first
Hold
of
on.
existence,
Hold
God
on.
is. Everything was created by God.
Okay,
For
I found
God.
it. You should learn your Bible.
I know my Bible
It's
much
this
better than
Isaiah
you.
40.
Okay.
This is
go for
Isaiah
it.
40:28. It says, "The Lord is the everlasting God."
Yes.
Does everlasting mean that it had a beginning?
Yes. He's the Alpha and
Wait,
Omega,
I'm
the beginning
sorry.
and the end. You just told me
I'm
to
sorry,
know my Bible and you
everlasting?
don't even know what that means.
I'm sorry, everlasting means that it had a beginning?
Yes.
You don't know your Bible. You don't know this, Fussy. You think AD means after death, so you don't know what words mean, man.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure everlasting means always existed.
Yes.
It's,
God has always existed because he is the beginning.
If God has always existed, then God doesn't have a beginning.
He is the
he couldn't have created himself if he has no beginning. Creation starts somewhere.
beginning and the end.
Do you know what the word beginning means?
Yes, Bereshit.
Well, no, that means like in the beginning of. But I'm asking, what do you think the English word beginning means?
Starting point.
Okay, so if there's a starting point, then that means that there was not.
So introducing the new hold on. Introducing the new mascot. Anyway,
Not the thing before the starting point, right?
What do you mean?
So if something is beginning, did it exist before the beginning?
Again, there was nothing before God started. Before God was there.
Okay, agreed.
18 socks. Holy shit. Oh, did you see the Roger Ledwell got in a car wreck, got in a traffic accident. So I'm sensing a lead up to I owe money and the trip's gonna have to be delayed.
So in other
that
words,
means that
God
you
always
believe
existed.
That there was a
So-
time when God didn't exist.
So no.
That there was a state
No.
of affairs where there was nothing.
No, it doesn't.
I don't watch South Park. I've been watching like clips of it and shit, and it's fucking brilliant.
God is the
So what
beginning
does it
of
mean-
existence.
so-
in other words,
okay,
God is the
How
beginning
long
of
ago
existence.
how long ago do you think God began to exist?
Whenever he existed, I have no idea.
Where did he exist? In the South.
Okay, so are you telling me that God has an age?
Yes, he would have an age because he's the beginning.
So you think that God has an age?
He would because he is the beginning. But then again, age is just a man-made concept.
How familiar are you with the Catholic Church?
Very familiar. That's why I actually
Do you
speak
understand
against the
that
Catholic
right now
Church.
you would be burnt at the stake alive if you were living in Europe 600 years ago?
Yes, and do you know the Catholic Church are not Christians?
Well-
yeah, they are. They're the original Christians, Flat. So Protestantism came from the Catholic Church. It's an offshoot of the Lutheran religion, which broke away from the Catholic Church. I believe that's the history of it.
I mean, that's up for debate. But the point is like every single Christian alive would disagree with you when you
No,
when
it's
you
not
said
true. The
that
Bible agrees
God
with me.
has an age.
Yes, he would have an age by logic.
Okay, brother.
I like their take on Christy Nome, where her Botox wears off like halfway through filming. They have to come in with like a pit crew.
But again, like I
Okay.
was telling you, age as
Hey, Tusk. Hey, George.
well is just a man-made concept, though.
Would you say that age is just a number?
Yes, a reference to number.
No. Age is an arbitrary division of time.
Okay. Okay.
But if you would go to
Yeah, so-
Revelations, Revelations 1 verse 8 quickly, please, for your audience.
Sorry, why is this relevant?
Revelations 1 verse 8.
Okay. Also, do you know the name of the book? What is it called?
Revelation 1 verse 8.
Okay, yeah. Revelation 1-8. It's the I am the Alpha, I am the Omega bit.
The beginning and the end.
Well, I mean,
It says there, the beginning and the end.
No, it says the Alpha and the Omega.
And the
right?
beginning and the
It
end.
doesn't say the beginning.
Revelation 1 verse 8. Go to Revelation 1 verse 8.
This is Revelation 1 verse 8. Oh, sorry, you can't see it.
There we go.
It doesn't say and the beginning and the end. It says I am the Alpha and the Omega.
New International Version, please change it to KJV because it's the most accurate to the original manuscript.
You know-
Thank you.
Oh, no, it's not.
Yes,
That's
it
really
is.
bad for you.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
No, it's no.
This is
literally
really bad.
Dude,
Also, here's the KJV version.
when
it also
okay.
doesn't say the begin.
Hey, Westside.
I'm the
Oh,
beginning and the
does say-
ending.
It does say that.
I started a bit early.
So do you want to go look at the Greek?
That is from the Greek.
Do you want to go look
Please,
at the
please,
Greek?
please do.
Okay.
You're literally out of way of your league when it comes
Revelation
to Bible stuff, man.
1:8 Greek.
I better watch it, man. His concordance includes the Greek.
And we can just translate it. Here's the Greek text.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bible Hub. This is just parallel Greek. So we have ego emi to alpha kaino to or kaito o, which is omega.
Hey, George.
Arche kai telos lege kyrios. Beginning and end. Oh no. Okay, I will absolutely grant that it says that. Why doesn't the NJV?
Because
Yes, or-
NIV is
sorry, I should
a
have been looking at the
because
NSRV.
NIV is a very inaccurate translation.
I should have been looking at the NSRV. Where's the NSRV? I don't want this. I don't want the here we go.
Translation is not going to help you, man.
No. I mean, I agree. You were absolutely right. I was looking at a bad translation. I don't know why it didn't include that, but it is the way that it is. So sure, it says that I am the beginning and the end.
Mhm.
So you're telling me then that God has an age.
Yes, according to man's logical thinking.
Okay, God has an age. And so why should I believe that? Why should I believe that that's true?
Well, it doesn't go against natural law, which your nature had to self.
So
Because
you
you
think
are
that- so you
claiming. You are
think that
claiming. Wait,
God
sorry.
has not always existed.
He's from the beginning existence. So there was nothing before God existed,
Okay, so why did God start existing?
because He is the beginning. That means, if everything from beginning ever existed, that is God that had beginning self-existed.
No, I think you're confused. Look, so there was nothing. What caused
There
God
was
to start existing?
no. There was never nothing. There was
Oh, I thought
only
you
a
said that there
beginning.
was. I
Wait.
thought you said that before
no.
God there was nothing.
You are trying to place it before God. There was never
You
nothing.
said before
it was
God.
only,
Those were
there
your
was
words.
no. You got to think of it this way. There was only a beginning.
So if there was a beginning, was there anything before that?
No, because the beginning
So-
is the beginning.
Okay, so you're telling me that there is a thing that caused itself,
Yes, God caused Himself because He is not bound
Okay.
by natural law.
and you don't see any issue with this argument that shows
No.
that things cannot cause themselves.
Quantum physics.
You just don't see any issues
Quantum
with this.
physics actually shows God to be able to exist in multiple
Oh, does
instances
it?
at the same
Can
time.
you
Yes.
elaborate on that for me, please?
Based on quantum
Explain
physics. Based on
Uh-huh.
quantum physics because you got entanglement, correct?
Uh-huh.
So he's able to self-exist on one end and be existing in another time dimension or whatever at exactly the same time. They are linked.
Sorry, can you explain to little old me what entanglement is?
It's just a linkage. Think of it as a long rope, okay?
A
And
long-
and if something
entanglement is
happens
like a
on
long
the,
rope.
I'm trying to put it in very basic terms. And think of the one
Mhm.
side, the person takes an action on that rope. On the other side of the rope that's
Mhm.
connected, the action is received and
So you're
duplicated.
telling me that we can communicate using quantum entanglement?
No, I'm not saying. I'm just trying to give you a.
But if I pull on one end of the rope, the other person, like, I could pull on one end of the rope in, like, Morse code.
Maybe. But the point I'm making is God is the beginning and the end. So if you think of it as based on quantum physics, God is the beginning of the rope, He's the end of the rope as well. Everything between is all of us in between.
So how does that mean that God can create himself?
Easy, because He self existed. Before Him, there was nothing.
No, I'm still trying to understand how that means God can create himself.
Because He's
I don't see
supernatural.
how
You're
it
still
helps
running
here.
away from the fact you need nature to have self existed out of nothing, which goes against natural law. Where I don't have that
Where
issue
self is
because
what?
God is supernatural. He's the one who created the natural law. He's the one who created nature to be bound by natural law.
That's mighty convenient, isn't it? Don't you love it? It's like God of the gaps. Well, no matter if you get stuck, just God did it, right?
So it's natural
Yeah,
law
so
is
I
way
don't see where natural
inferior.
law is. I don't see
Nature,
where natural law is involved anywhere in any of these premises.
nature is inferior to supernatural.
Where is nature present in any of these premises?
I never said it was.
So we agree that these premises apply to God.
Yes, because God is supernatural. He's able to do
So,
these
so
tendencies
these
that
premises
would be
all apply to
ille-
God, and so we're just affirming
Okay,
contradictions now?
let me place it this way. Would these premises be illogical to nature?
Yeah, sure. This would show that nature can
Great.
create itself as well.
Great. So nature has to abide by laws that would not fit the premises you stuck on screen.
No, so this argument applies equal. I could replace God with nature, and it would work just as well.
Okay, let's try
Or
that.
I could replace it with the universe, say. Nature is weird and personified. But and so all this shows is that things can't create themselves.
Yes,
now, I don't
nature
think
can't.
that the universe created itself. I think that the universe has always existed. You think that God created itself.
So in the beginning of the universe.
Which is a weird
No, so I'm
statement.
saying, so in the
Sorry?
beginning of the universe. That's your.
I don't think there was a beginning of the universe.
Well, to exist, there has to be a beginning.
Prove it.
Okay. How am I going to prove to exist there has to be a beginning? You were formed in your mother's womb.
You're giving me examples I want to prove.
You sitting in front of me, we're talking, so that means you were a sperm that fertilized your mom's egg, and therefore
You're
you were
giving me
born.
examples I want to prove.
That is a proof. Without
Examples
the
are proof.
fertilization, you would not exist right now. There
That's
was a
proof
beginning.
that I have a beginning. That's not
Yeah,
proof
you
that
asked for proof.
everything
That's
has a beginning.
observable. But is that observable proof?
It's proof that I have a beginning.
Yes.
It's not proof that the universe has a beginning.
Okay. Can you show? Okay, let's for instance take the CMB background. You agree with the CMB background according to your belief system?
Do you agree with the CMB background?
No, I'm a flat earther. I'm asking you based on your belief system.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Does it have a beginning point?
The CMB?
Yeah.
The CMB is like an image, so it's hard to say that it had a beginning.
Yes, it simply does.
Now the image that we see was produced like, roughly 13.8 billion years ago, but like it's not like a thing, it's just like an image,
Which is based on the start of the universe.
No.
Yes, the CMB is based on the start of the
No,
universe, the expansion.
Are you confused? Do you think that the Big Bang was the start of the universe?
No, I never said the Big Bang. I said CMB. The CMB is the picture
Well,
of the
the
expansion
CMB,
of.
nobody thinks the CMB is the start of the universe.
Where is the CMB starting point?
The CMB doesn't really have a starting point.
It's a big
the
light.
The CMB became visible like 13.8
It's a big light.
ish billion years ago.
And how can you prove that?
Well, look, you were working under my framework to begin with. If you want to talk about how we can construct and how we can demonstrate that the CMB exists, we'd first probably have to prove that space exists, and you don't want to have that conversation.
Oh, well, I love having a conversation on space existing, but I mean that's probably another debate because the debate right now is topic. You
Right, it
think
is.
nature existed from nothing, so therefore you are
No,
violating
I don't think nature
natural
existed
laws.
from nothing. Don't strawman me.
It literally to exist, always exist means there had to be a starting point. By
That's
definition,
literally the opposite of what to exist means.
to
or to always
exist means
Here, we
it
can do this-
always
we
had
can
to
do
have a
another one.
point of existence.
Premise one: if a thing has a beginning, then there is something, or then it has not existed into the past eternally.
There's no past before the beginning. That's again.
If a thing
that's
has a
false
beginning,
statement. No, that's
then
a
it
false
has
statement.
not existed into the past eternally. Do you
No,
agree
that's
with
a
premise
false. That's a false premise. Because the beginning
So
is
if
the
a
start.
thing
There's
has
no.
a beginning,
there's
so
no
you're telling me
past.
that a thing can have a beginning while also having existed into the past eternally?
There is nothing before the beginning. So yours is a false premise. There's no past.
Are you telling me? So maybe we're just talking past each other. When I say that a thing didn't have a beginning, what I mean, when I say that the universe didn't have a beginning, what I mean is that every day has a day before that,
And that day before that came from.
and it
Something.
came from the day before that.
Okay,
which
what?
came from
What?
the day before
So
that,
what about
which
the
came
first
from the day
day?
before that,
What
and so
about
on.
the first day?
There wasn't a first day.
Of
That's
course,
my
there was
view.
a first day because a beginning.
Prove it.
You saying everything existed because it always existed. So before that point of always
There's
existing
no
requires
before-
a
there's no
point of
before
start.
always.
It always
There's no
there's
before
always a
always.
point of origin. There's always a point of origin.
Do you understand that there's no before always?
Sorry.
Okay, actually.
Yes,
Flatfoot,
I know
let's
there's
just-
no
let's just
before
work out
always.
an
I
example.
agree. There is
So-
no
so-
before always. But the point of the
Flatfoot,
beginning,
What's the first number?
according to what scale?
Just the first
One.
integer.
Okay,
let's
one.
say.
0. Let's
3 is a magic number.
say 0.
Oh, but 0 is before 1.
Yeah, but 0 is the
Is
beginning.
0 the first integer?
Yes.
Oh, but -1 is before 0.
Like I told you, what scale? You see, now you're straw manning what I'm saying. That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
talking
what
about
scale?
integers.
Sorry, say
I'm
again.
talking about integers.
Okay, but those.
Do you know what an integer is?
Yeah, but you're literally using this now as a red herring. I'm asking you again.
It's not a red
Do
herring.
you understand? Yes,
I'm using
is.
it to demonstrate
because
my point.
mathematics isn't actually reality. Mathematics is just a language to describe.
So-
Now,
My view is that the universe's timeline can be mapped on to the integers.
yeah, but that's infinite regress,
Okay,
and infinite regress is illogical
prove it.
because you're just going to keep going further and further and further and further. That's why I said when it
Yeah.
comes to always
Okay,
existing, that
prove it.
always
Prove that there's
existing,
prove that there's something illogical.
always existing requires.
Uh-huh.
As that point starts of always existing, there has to be a point at the start of always existing. Otherwise, it is literally
Why?
because that is how it works. You cannot have
Oh, okay.
an always.
So
you cannot
premise-
have an
hold on,
always
hold on.
without a
let's
point
do
of
this.
starting.
Premise 1, there has to be a beginning
Yes.
of always existing.
Yes.
Premise 2, because that's how it works.
No, that's not what I
Conclusion,
said.
The universe has a beginning. Is that the argument?
No.
Oh, okay. Care to clarify?
P1. There has to be a beginning of always existing. Correct. Not
Okay,
because that's how it
P2.
works. That's
Yeah,
the
okay, so
logical
what's the
deduction.
argument for that?
That's the logical
What's the argument?
deduction. That's
What's premise 2?
that's the logical deduction.
What's premise 2?
The logical deduction, because everything observed ever
The
through
logical deduction.
yes,
That, and then what's the conclusion?
because everything observed always has a beginning point.
Everything observed always has a beginning point. Now we'll just check. What inference rule does this argument follow?
Infinite
you happen to
regress.
know?
I said it's
'Cause
going
I'm not familiar with it.
Now, what's the reason I brought infinite regress up is because you're just going to keep going further and further back, no matter how back
Oh,
you
so
go.
is this the argument that you're using? Is this your valid and sound argument that you're using?
This is debunking your infinite regress because it puts a point at the
So
start
what's
of
the
existence.
inference rule that we use from premise 1 and premise 2 to get to conclusion?
Because you can only observe what we observe, and based on everything
Wait,
observed,
can you answer my question? What's the inference rule? Is it modus ponens? Somebody said it. Is it modus dummens?
yes, the modus ponens is
Ah,
arguing.
yes, modus ponens. Do you know what modus ponens is?
Yes, just like the way you don't
Okay.
understand the Black Swan argument. But anyway,
Can you explain?
Just because you don't just like you don't understand the Black Swan argument. None of them have really tried to explain it any different than the way we've explained it. So
Me what modus ponens is, please? Just really quick. I don't
if
remember.
A, therefore B, if not B, therefore not A. Okay, now let's go on.
No,
okay.
no, that's modus tollens.
Ponens. Okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. Well, the argument I'm
It,
trying to make.
it does matter. So is this argument modus ponens?
I don't know, you tell me. I'm trying to get you to actually
it's
stay
not.
on one argument, but you keep on running away from
We're
every
trying
single
to.
thing I'm
We're
saying.
trying to.
No,
You're
you're changing
made the
it.
claim that there has to be a beginning to the
There has
universe.
to.
I
And
just
this
need
is
the, I
okay.
just need the
Okay,
proof.
let me put it this way. Do you believe that time exists according to nature?
I don't know what you mean by according to nature. I believe that time exists.
So time does exist.
there you go, adding those meaningless words in to pad out the sentence to make you seem smart.
Okay?
Yeah.
Does time exist to God?
I don't think that God is real.
Okay, according to the Christian faith, does time exist to God?
I don't
No.
think it.
No,
so
God is timeless.
I think most Christians would probably say that God doesn't experience time, but that God knows that time exists.
No,
on some
again,
like lower level. or
God
something like
created
this.
time, I would agree. But that God is timeless according to the Bible.
Yeah, that's roughly.
Okay,
that's
so
probably. Well, I don't know if
he's-
that's according to the Bible, but that's roughly.
Okay.
Right, then timeless. Yes. Always existed. Wasn't created.
Modern Christian.
Okay,
view.
so let's say
So,
God is not. So,
hold
because
on.
God is
I'm
timeless,
sorry, I'm not
he's
gonna
not
let you
bound
pivot.
by
Your ar-
time.
I'm not going to let you pivot. You made the claim that
Mhm.
there has to be a beginning of always existing. That
Yes.
the universe has to have had a beginning.
Yes.
And now you're talking about God for some reason. Where's the argument that the universe has to
God
have
is
a
the
beginning?
beginning.
Well, I don't think that God exists. So how is that going to be an argument
Just
that will be
'cause- yeah.
persuasive to me if you're trying to convince me that
Okay.
the universe had a beginning?
Okay. Let's put it on Occam's razor. Okay, there's only two outcomes here. Either
Mm-hmm. Occam's
God,
razor, yes, the flat earther's favorite talking point.
either,
Well-known
either
flat
God,
earther tool.
either God is the beginning of everything, or nature is the beginning of everything. Which one would
That's
be?
a false dichotomy.
I agree,
Oh, okay. So why'd you give me a false dichotomy?
because I'm trying to point out how illogical your naturalistic view is.
So you just gave me a false. You just made a logical fallacy in order to point out that I'm being illogical.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, okay.
what's the
So
third
you want
option
to
then if you
not
don't want to be
use
a
a
false
logical
dichotomy?
fallacy and actually make
Okay,
an argument
okay.
rather than just being
Okay.
illogical?
Okay, let's say what would be the third argument if you don't want to be a false dichotomy? What would be the third option?
Yeah, that nature has always existed. That nature doesn't have a beginning, for example.
That's the second. That's literally the second.
No, the second one is that nature has a beginning.
It does.
That nature created itself was what you said, something like this.
Okay. You told me that you believe time exists.
Yep.
You believe that in nature time exists because you believe in the fourth dimension. So obviously time.
I don't
is
know
one
what
of
you
those
mean by in
dimensions.
nature. If you want to say like in the universe, sure.
Nature, you believe in the fourth dimension. That's time. Time and space.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yep.
So according to that, there was a time when your nature started.
No,
Yes.
that doesn't follow.
So then you're
Oh, what's
throwing
the
away
argument for
you're throwing away time.
No, I just don't think time started. I think that time's always been.
Okay, this is the infinite regress I was talking about.
Okay, so what's the problem with an infinite regress?
You don't have an illogical foot to stand on. You're literally going against natural law. You're going against all
What's the
logic.
natural law that it violates? What's
The
the
first law
logical,
of
what's the
thermodynamics.
logical contradiction? Can you give me anything rather than just asserting truisms?
The first law of thermodynamics.
The first law of thermodynamics says nothing about
We
time
already-
having a beginning.
It does. It does. You cannot be created nor
It
destroyed.
really doesn't, and people who are watching can go rewatch at the beginning
Yes.
of the video where we went over this. The first law of thermodynamics doesn't mention time at all.
So time doesn't have a start.
Yeah, I don't think time has a start.
Then how did we get the year 2025?
Well, all moments.
Because that's when our time span based on Christianity started. What are you talking about? Now, 2025. See, our years start at Christ's birth. There was time before that, dipshit. There was a lot of time before that. People existed before Christ's birth. Holy fucking shit, man. 2025, the year 1 or the year 0 was not the beginning of time. It was the beginning of recorded time. Basically, it's what I mean, good God, how could you be this fucking stupid? Seriously. To think that, well, he thinks that AD means after death. But how could he be so fucking stupid to think that, oh, there wasn't any time before oh, God damn it. Son of a bitch.
Moments of time exist equally real, and so the year 2025 is one of those moments of time that exists in the infinite timeline.
So there was a time before something. So there was a start of time, so we could count, correct?
There was a start of. I don't think that there was a start of time.
But you just said there was a time that started because that's how we got
There
to
is a
2025.
timeline. There is no. So there is a timeline, much like the integers. There is
Oh my
an
God.
infinite number of integers,
Oh,
both negative and
shit.
positive. Now,
And can
just
you prove
because
that?
there's an infinite number of integers doesn't mean that the number 37 doesn't exist. The number 2025 still exists, even though there's an infinite number of integers before it.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I agree. What? You can't just say, yeah, I agree, and sound like you're intelligent, man. Yeah, I agree means what I just said was horse shit. Fuck. Invincible ignorance.
But
That's
you
all I'm
understand what
saying.
you're literally throwing away your own argument by trying to say time doesn't have a start, but yet it has always existed. Yet we do have time because it had a
those two things
starting
are
point.
not-
That's a
those two
Jesus fucking Christ. A man-made timeline is not the same as time.
things are
contradiction.
equivalent. Time doesn't have a start, and time has always existed are equivalent statements.
No, okay, look, there's only two ways you can take this. You can either take this based on supernaturalism, which is based
my
on what the
God.
Bible says with God, which is outside of nature, or you can take naturalism, which requires natural laws to be bound. It's bound by natural laws, which has to be observable based on science. You would agree with that?
Sure.
So we can do the scientific
Well,
method if you want
hold on.
to.
Actually, no. I'm sorry. That's not true. You can be a naturalist and not care about science at all.
Yeah, but you're a physicist, so obviously you abide by scientific method, correct?
I don't know what abide by the scientific method means. Like when
You
I'm
follow the
conducting
scientific
science,
method,
like, I
you're a
use
s-
the scientific method.
Yeah.
When I'm talking about philosophy, I don't use the scientific method because it's not applicable.
Yeah, philosophy and science are two different things. I agree, but you do get branches that they call the philosophy of science, though, which I also disagree.
Yeah,
with.
sure.
But
Right. That's where science came from. Science came from philosophy. That's why when you get a degree in science, it's a philosophy degree, a PhD.
So
Would you-
what's the logical argument that shows that an infinite regress is impossible?
there's no actual scientific evidence that you can have infinite regress.
I'm sorry. What's the logical argument
That's logical.
that an infinite regress is impossible?
It's not observable.
I'm sorry. What's the logical argument that an infinite regress is impossible?
It's not observable.
Oh, I'm sorry. You may have heard me saying, what is the physical argument that an infinite regress is impossible? That
Observation is
wasn't what I
physical.
said. I said, what is the
He's asking you a question and you're giving him your opinion.
logical argument?
It's logical that it's not observable. It's also logical
Sure, that
and
doesn't make it
physical that it's
impossible.
not observable.
It doesn't make it impossible.
It literally does, because you now have.
Wait a minute. Hold
you
on.
want
just
me
be
to
clear,
prove
you're
a
saying
double
that things that
negative.
are not
You are
just to be clear,
pointing
you're saying
another
that things that are
fallacy.
not observable are impossible?
According to science, yes.
Oh, that's not true.
Science is
You
only
observed the
observable.
number 6?
That's maths. That's not science.
Yes. He can't see it because he's there. But yeah, Flatzoid, philosophize this.
Yeah, so are you saying according to science the number 6 doesn't exist?
Okay, give a hypothesis for 6, please.
What?
Give a
You
hypothesis
were the one
for
who made
6.
the claim that
No,
A hypothesis for 6. The number 6 exists because I can write it on a page. There you go. Because I can have 6 things. There you go. That's a hypothesis for 6. Dude, Flatzoid, someone once wrote and I think he submitted it. I mean, how else would I see it? But I saw once where a guy, a mathematician, submitted a proof that 1 equals 1. It took like 1 or 2 pages or some shit. But he proved mathematically that 1 equals 1.
No,
according
you
to
made
science,
it.
if
You just
something's
told
not
me this.
observable, then it doesn't exist.
No, you just made
Are
this
you
argument,
confused?
not me. So can you give me a hypothesis for 6, please? Because you're telling me 6 is
are you, like-
scientific.
Has your brain stopped functioning? Did
Why are
I
you
have
going
to
to
repeat myself?
insult?
Because this is your argument.
No,
Like,
you
were the one
literally.
who said that if something is not observable, then according to science, it's impossible. So
Yeah.
I gave you an example of something that's not observable, the number 6.
It is
And
observable.
therefore, according to your reasoning, it's impossible.
No, number 6 is
Scientifically.
observable. I can draw number 6 now
I-
for you. But the
No,
point
that's a
I'm you
symbol,
saying
not the number 6.
again, I'm telling you have to separate math, the number 6, and observable reality, which is science. Okay. So the first step of the
Yeah,
scientific
so I'm not
method is
talking
observation.
I'm not making a scientific claim when I say that the universe has always existed. I'm making a philosophical claim.
Okay. Okay. Can we go then to the scientific method? Would that be
Okay.
fine? Because I saw you misunderstanding.
He just had like a little short circuit in his brainal function. Watch that. It's hilarious.
Has always existed. I'm making a philosophical claim.
Okay. Okay. Can we go then to the scientific method? Would that be fine? Because I saw you misunderstanding
No,
this when
I'm
you
not
spoke
gonna
to
I'm
the
not
other
gonna have a
guy.
conversation about the scientific method with a flat earther.
Yeah, because I'm going to whip your ass on it.
I don't think it'll be very
understand.
productive.
Because he'll whip his ass at it. No, Flatzoid, I'm sorry. You will not. Holy shit. You belong to a cult that's never used the scientific method, that stops at the first step of the scientific method. You stop at observation. Why is the Earth flat? Well, it looks flat. Have you measured it? No.
Productive.
No, because I'll whip your ass on it. I understand. Yeah, run.
Okay, you think so?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sure. Yeah, so I'll ask again because you've now dodged 4 times. What is the logical argument that shows that an infinite regress is impossible?
Yeah, he's pretty confident in that statement.
By not being able to observe infinite regress.
So it is your view that something is
Is it 500 pages? Oh, okay. Yeah, it was pretty recent.
logically impossible if you can't observe it?
Yeah.
Okay, so if someone was blind, would it be reasonable for them to say it's logically impossible for the sun to exist?
No, because other people can observe it.
But not for that person. The person is independent of other people. So you're bringing other people into a personal observation.
So are you telling me that whether it's observable is subjective? It depends on who's observing it?
Since when
Yes, that's what he's saying.
is it subjective? Anybody can observe the sun, correct?
Except blind people, I guess.
But other people can. So it's objective. It's a fact
So-
that the sun is,
Yeah,
is
yeah,
observed.
okay. So let me ask you this. If it's the case that every person on Earth went blind, would the sun start being logically impossible?
No, because people went blind after
But
they already
nobody could
observed the
observe
sun. You already said the sun was already there. People already observed because they had a starting point of being blind. So
But they are not observing it if they're blind. What they observed before they went blind. See, you didn't listen to his question. His question was,
when is it subjective? Anybody can observe the sun, correct?
Except blind people, I guess.
But other people can. So it's objective. It's a fact
So-
that the sun is,
Yeah,
is
yeah,
observed.
okay. So let me ask you this. If it's the case that every person on Earth went blind, would the sun start being logically impossible?
would the sun start being logically impossible?
No, because people went blind after
But
they already
nobody could
observed the
observe
sun. You already said the sun was already there. People already observed because they had a starting point of being blind. So if someone already observed the sun, therefore it stays a fact.
No, nobody observed the sun. Everybody was blind.
No, you said everyone became blind.
Yes. Yes. And that starts right there after they became blind.
Okay. No, this is a hypothetical. Imagine the case where everyone is blind
From when?
forever.
Forever. So there's a starting
Yeah.
point when people just existed and everyone was just
There's
blind.
a starting point of people. Yeah, absolutely. People haven't always existed.
Oh, so infinite regress doesn't exist. Well done.
For people,
I'm telling
Do
you
you know
how
what the difference
I'm
is
using your
between
own
logical
argument to show
possibility
you how
and physical
illogical your
possibility?
argument is.
No, you're butchering his argument you're straw manning his argument to show him how illogical he is. And he's not. You're a fucking moron, Flatzoid.
do you know what the difference is between logical possibility and physical possibility is?
No, tell me.
Oh.
The
Oh,
reason
and
I'm
you were
asking
up
you
here-
to tell me is because you literally are just making
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
point.
So a
So
lo-
make
That reminds me of the joke, what's the difference between apathy and empathy? Or ignorance? Ignorance and apathy. Yeah, what's the difference between ignorance and apathy? I don't know and I don't care.
my
Physical
point more, please
impossibility.
tell me in your own words.
Yeah. So a logical impossibility is some proposition or some claim that is contradictory. It proposes a logical contradiction such that, say, an example would be like, the apple is red, and in the same sense, the apple is not red. That's a logical impossibility because a thing can't both be red and not red at the same time in the same way. A physical impossibility is
Yeah, I typed into the chat. Yeah, does a circle have a beginning and end?
merely something that is not possible according to the laws of physics. But for example, you can have things that are logically possible that are physically impossible.
Okay.
Do you understand, or do you want me to give an
100%
example?
agree. And the reason I'm trying to say, I wanted you to say this because, first of all, you do get red and green apples together. So you have an apple that
I'm
is
saying
red
red
and green.
and not red. Not red and green, red and not red.
Okay, not red.
In the same sense.
So it's still the same because you do get yellow and red apples. You get green.
No, in the
you get
same
brown
sense.
and red. Same
so
sense.
you cannot. Okay.
Which
so
is physical.
you can
Which
play-
is physical
you
as
can,
well.
You can pick up the example if you want. I can give you a better example. We could say that that a shape cannot be both a circle and a square at the same time, or rather a circle and not a circle at the same time.
I agree with that.
Okay, so that would be a logical impossibility.
And a physical,
impossibility would be something like, I don't know.
It's still
you
the
could-
same
you
argument.
can't-
But Flatzoid doesn't agree with that because according to Flatzoid, the Earth is a disk, but it has 4 corners.
A physical impossibility would be something like 2 electrons that are both negatively charged cannot attract each other via the electrostatic force.
Okay, but
That's
even
a physical
your
impossibility
logical
because there's a law of physics that it violates.
even your logical possibility is also a physical impossibility because
There's nothing physical involved with a circle
It's-
being not a circle. This is not physics. This is mathematics, which is based on logic. It has
of
nothing
course
to do
it
with natural
does
law.
everything. Because if it's not a circle, it's not a circle physically.
Speaking of logic, I like the Buddhist take on logic, where everything can be distilled down to a yes or a no. Binary.
We're not talking about a physical object. We're talking about an abstract object.
Which you draw.
So one person says something, the other person says yes or no. They agree with it or they don't agree with it. And it gets down to yes or no. It's fucking cool.
No, it's an abstract object. The
Okay, so
drawing
it's
is a
just in your mind. It's
representation of
just
an abstract
imagination.
object. Yeah, you can talk about your imagination, sure.
But is
You
that
can
also
conceptualize
falling
things.
onto literal physical terms as well?
I think that you're confused.
No, I'm just trying to show you again. Your arguments are based on illogical deductions. So I'm letting you
to be
make
clear,
your argument
so hold on,
illogically so I can
we'll do this
correct
again.
you on your illogical
We'll
deductions.
pull in Ian. Premise 1, your arguments are based on illogical deductions. Premise 2, conclusion, there are no infinite regresses. Sound right?
Okay, let's see. Your argument is based on illogical deductions where there are no infinite regresses. No, that's literally not what I said, but nice trying to insult me as you've been doing this whole time.
I mean,
By the way,
to
I
be
just want to point
fair,
out to your audience,
it
this is
doesn't-
why the guy doesn't debate me, actually, because he gets his ass whipped every time he
I'm
opens his
happy.
mouth.
What are we doing right now? I don't think that you understand what logical deductions are. You don't know the difference between physical and logical impossibilities. You don't understand what it means for something
Okay,
to have an
is it
eternal past.
physically
You
possible
don't
for a
understand
circle
what
to not be a
quantum mechanics
circle?
is, yet you tried to invoke it to prove God's existence. I think that you've just been blown out in every respect.
Okay.
So I posted. I copied and pasted from the chat earlier.
In this conversation,
let
you
me
should
put
go
it this
back
way.
to debating flat Earth because there at least you can pretend that you know what's going on.
Blitz.
This is a conversation that you're not ready for.
Let me ask you the last question before you try to kick me. Is it physically impossible for a circle to be a circle without being a circle?
Is it physically impossible for a circle to be a circle without being a circle? Yeah, it doesn't even make sense to talk about it being physically impossible.
Great.
Circles aren't
That
physical
was
things.
your argument.
You can
Well
talk about
done.
circles aren't physical things. That's not even a question that makes sense.
Great. So the way we place this in the argument of nature versus God.
Oh, so we agree that that you don't understand the difference between
my
physical and
word.
conceptual or physical
I
and abstract.
literally just I literally steelmanned your own argument and showed you by steelman your
Wait a
argument
minute.
how it's
so
physical and
do you know what a
illogical.
steelman is? Because a steelman means that you should be representing my argument in a way that I agree is a
did.
correct representation of my argument.
I did.
However, I do not agree that that was a correct representation of my argument. So
Okay.
it wasn't a steelman.
Can I debunk that quickly? Do you disagree that a
Okay.
circle can be a circle without being a circle?
Do I disagree that a circle can be a circle? So a circle. Circle cannot be a circle if it's not a circle.
Do you agree with me?
Running rings round
I
you
don't
logically.
even understand the sentence that you said.
In other words, it can't be a circle if it's not a circle.
Right, yeah, that's true.
So you agree with me. So my steelman was correct. Well done.
Well, your steelman was about physical impossibility.
And I used that
Then you rephrased
steelman.
it without invoking
You just
physical
agreed with me.
possibility.
You just agreed with me. And then I used that
agree with you.
steelman to show you
I
how
agree with
illogical
you
your
when you-
argument is.
To be clear, to be clear, your original argument, we can replay it if you want, your original argument invoked physical possibility, and that's not an accurate representation of my argument. However, the argument that you then, or the proposition you then just put forward, does not invoke physical impossibility, and so I'm happy to agree with it, because then we can talk about logical impossibility rather than physical possibility. Sorry, physical impossibility.
No stress.
So you changed your argument,
No, I
shifted the
didn't.
goalpost, and then claimed that you
No,
won.
I didn't. I've been giving the same argument this whole time. So
Do you
now,
wanna replay
based
it?
on the
We can replay
circle,
it.
based on your circle syllogism,
Hold on, we're gonna replay it.
so based on your illogical syllogism, can nature always exist?
I'm sorry, Flatzoid, I have to mute you.
He just muted me, guys. He just muted me.
Yeah, he's replaying the
Wow.
video. He's replaying
He
the
muted me,
video
guys.
and showing that that Flatzoid said that. So, I mean, I could try and find it on his stream here, but yeah, just take my word for it. If you want to go back and watch it, it's at about
I'm
an
gonna have to
hour.
go anyway. I need to still need to exercise and take a shower, a bath before we have our live stream.
So you gotta go real quick, right? You gotta go. So you just said you have to go.
But this was fun.
Here we go.
So you were ready to leave, Flatzoid.
I can't hear anything.
Hear that again?
I can't hear anything. Nothing's playing through for me, man.
Okay. Is it physically impossible for a circle to be a circle without being a circle?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's hear it again.
I can't hear it. I literally can't hear what you're playing. Hello. I literally can't hear what
I
you're
rest
playing.
my case.
I literally
the
couldn't
second
hear
time
anything.
around, he didn't say the word physically impossible
I
or
literally,
physically possible.
I literally can't hear what you're playing. He's ignoring me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's rough for you.
Yeah, I heard it, and we could find it, but yeah, he did.
Well, everybody else could hear it, and so everybody else heard that the first time you said, is it physically possible for a circle to be a circle without being a circle? And then the second time, when you claimed to be representing the exact same argument, you said, is it possible for a circle to be a circle without being a circle? You
Wow,
added,
semantics.
Or you took away the word physically. These are
So
different.
semantics. Oh, okay, so that's
claims
all you got.
now.
Okay, sorry.
Hey, your lack of protection is not our problem, Mr. MatPat.
I forgot to say physical, but it's still semantics.
Yeah,
even
yeah.
if,
So
even
if
if
you
I
added
leave
the word
physical,
physical, I wouldn't agree.
even if I leave physical out, it's still the same argument, so it doesn't change a thing.
No, it's very different.
But
because now we
anyway-
can talk about many different kinds of possibility, not just physical possibility.
But anyway, Dr. Blitz, can we organize a proper time that we can have an actual debate sometime? Because I really got to go, man. But I appreciate the discussion.
I mean, I thought that we had a pretty
Yeah, it was good.
a pretty normal debate for about an hour here, but
Yeah, it was
okay.
good. But,
Thanks for being here, Flatzoid. Oh, Flatzoid, before you
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
just a real quick question. Really quick
Mhm.
question, if you don't mind. So, what was the deal with you accusing Lisbeth of being the neighborhood
didn't.
bike?
I didn't. That was
I
McToon
definitely
taking...
have the video of that.
Yeah, you can play it because McToon take out the whole discussion. Remember, things are taken out of context. I didn't say Lisbeth was the village bicycle. I was in talking in context to Freemason rituals and
Okay,
what
so
the
let's,
guys and
Hmm.
what
I'm
the
gonna play-
guys would want her to be
I'm
there.
gonna play it for the audience.
Yeah. Where is it? Yeah. The term village bicycle is not a Masonic term. It is a derogatory slang term for a promiscuous woman, implying that everyone gets a ride. So, yes, you did. You called her a whore, Flatzoid. That's what you did.
Now,
Audience, really quick.
are you not even letting me give my statement? And by the way, guys, the reason he does it... Oh, can you hear me? No, he's playing it for his audience while they literally have me on mute.
Hold on.
So this is what happens, guys, because they have no argument.
Yes, this is what happens. They confront you with shit you've said.
They want to character assassinate people.
It's no character assassination. You called her a whore.
So now I have to wait until they can actually
You have no character to assassinate, Flatzoid.
have a discussion to tell his audience what actually
I
happened.
don't know, man. Seems pretty pretty problematic.
Okay, can you hear me now?
But I think that we're actually gonna let you go here.
Can you hear me now?
Thanks for being
Wait,
here,
wait. Oh, and he kicks me off. Too bad for
No, he disconnected because it was about an hour and 4 minutes, and you said you had to go, right? He completely fucking faced you with words that you said. You tried to deny it. I proved here that that's not a Masonic term. So just like the 11 frames, you lie, you do shit, and then you lie about it, Flatzoid. So anyway, Told you it was going to be a long one. That was only 2 hours, so that's not bad.
And we are live. Hey everybody, good to see you. Glad you could make it for this Q&A evening. Woo!
Oh, I just realized something. I don't need help with the I don't need help with the wood. I think I can just lay it on the floor, put like a 2x4 under it, and then cut it that way. That's how I used to do it when I built houses. So anyway, sorry. I was gonna say something else. Can't remember what it was.
We are joined by Mike.
Oh yeah, I've got an oxygen tank. I use it like if I get out of breath and I'm doing a lot of shit. I need oxygen. That's what came about with my pulmonary exam. So I finally got it, and they gave me a fucking machine. It's like this wide, and I don't know, 2 foot tall, and a foot deep. It's like it's as big as a droid, and it constantly generates oxygen. I don't know how it does it, but it just hums and clicks and whirs, and I get oxygen. What I want is if I have to like go out, they also gave me 2 big tanks and 2 small tanks, 2 portable tanks in case of emergencies or if I want to go out and do something. But and they gave me the what do they call the it's the nose piece. It has a specific name. Cannula. It's called a cannula. And it's that thing that people wear hooked over their ears. It's a tube that has 2 tubes sticking up your nose. I don't want that. So what I want to do is find a Bane mask, 3D print. So yeah, I want to get a Bane mask print and incorporate a cannula into it. Just have the tubes going in so that it just has like a bubble. Just like puts air, around my nose and mouth but I'll be wearing a Bane mask. I think that would be fucking awesome. Going out dressed like that. What do you guys think? I can make it out of TPU so it's flexible. I think that needs to be the next project.
Michael, Con, and Luca. How you guys doing?
Hi, I'm good.
It's good.
Not bad.
It's good to be here. So tonight is Q&A evening. So we take it like that. Hopefully we get some questions.
Got a question, I think.
Has he?
Yeah, there we go.
Yes, Luca. What is your question?
Oh, yeah.
No, the answer's no. Sorry, man. Sorry. I'm just joking. Go ahead.
It's about the Bible.
Yes.
Your expertise. Maybe you could help me out here.
I'm not really expert on the Bible, but I do try.
Well, you
He got a concordance.
read the Bible. You've at least read the Bible. So, okay. So the word thief. Would you agree that the Satan has been referred to as the thief or a thief in the Bible?
Sorry, say again.
Would you agree that Satan, like the devil in the Bible, has been referred to as a thief in the Bible? Like called a thief?
Well, he's the father of all lies, so yes.
No, God is the thief. God is considered a thief in the Bible. God will come like a thief in the night. Talking about the rapture.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the word thief
Why is it
in the
not
Bible,
downloading?
right? Thief.
Yeah, thief. Yeah.
Yes, that word. He has been called
The
a thief
hell?
before. Yes, I agree. So now, has he every instance of the word thief? Would you agree that
The
every
hell?
instance of the word thief is referring to Satan in the Bible?
No.
Now, I agree
No.
with that too. I do agree with that. Now, on what scale?
What the hell?
As,
It's not.
like, is
Shit isn't downloading. What the hell?
it more often than not, or less often, that whenever you see the word thief, is it more often than not that it's referring to Satan, or less
Nothing
often
downloading.
than not it's referring to Satan?
It depends in what context
there
you're
we
trying
go.
to talk about.
Like,
Well, have you tried Googling how
whenever you
many?
see the word thief in the Bible, how likely is it that it's referring to Satan?
Well,
Disregarding the
Yeah, but-
context.
You will know if it's talking about Satan.
yeah, it goes in
Like,
context.
disregarding the context for a second.
No.
For instance, but for instance, like Jesus comes like a thief in the night, so you know that's talking about Jesus. There's the thief
Yes,
on the cross,
I
so
know,
you know that's
yes.
talking about the man on the
Yes.
cross next to
So
Jesus.
so is the word thief in the Bible more?
All right, we can
Rock.
skip past the fucking religious bullshit.
Emma, thank you for your 10 euros. Wow. Oh, yeah.
All right. See you later, Mr. Matt Bat. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, it was just a little disagreement me and PJ had about the word thief, and hopefully if I clarified it here, what I meant.
I got a question for you, Luca.
Yeah.
Do you know what's the shortest verse in the Bible?
Jesus wept.
Shortest verse.
Yeah.
Probably
Jesus wept.
It's 2 words.
the beginning.
No, it's 2 words.
No. Oh, well, 2 words, and then it moves on to another chapter.
It's literally 2 words.
Another. Wow.
John 11:35.
I used to know the passage, but
John.
I've forgotten it. But yeah, Jesus wept.
Leviticus.
John 11. John 11.
Oh,
35.
John 11. John 11.
35.
35. Ooh, I need to put those. 35.
What do you think it says? Hey, Mr.
It's just 2 words. Big bada boom.
Noodlehead. What's up, PJ?
Yo, yes, look, it's Satan. I don't know how many times I have to tell you.
I told him already. We explained it.
He tried to tell me that's not what Satan does. Oh, Satan doesn't go around killing people. I says,
of course he does.
He doesn't put arms around your throat, but he manipulates situations for people to die. What does he want? He wants.
Did he just say Satan doesn't put a cock down your throat? Did he? Hold on. Turn that up. Turn the volume up here.
I told him already. We explained it.
Shit.
He tried to tell me that's not what Satan does. Oh, Satan doesn't go around killing people. I says,
of course he does.
He doesn't put arms around your throat, but he manipulates situations and people. I says,
of course he does.
He doesn't put arms around your throat, but he
Hey, I don't know. I can't turn closed caption on. So what do you think? Did he say put cock down your throat?
Oh, Satan doesn't go around killing people. I says,
of course he does.
He doesn't put arms around your throat, but he manipulates situations for people to die. What does he want? He wants people to die saved.
Yep, exactly. But I agree, Emma. Yeah, Terror's cool.
Look at Judas.
It says
he got tempted.
Judas
got tempted with silver.
Yeah. He was having doubts about Jesus as well,
exactly.
obviously. Having doubts, wasn't he? Because it wasn't happening.
And I just want to point out, if it wasn't Judas that succumbed to his temptation, Jesus would have got another way to have gone to get crucified, by the way. They didn't need He didn't need Judas for this.
So Judas had a choice.
Because
same as anybody else.
Yeah, because I've always heard like a lot of arguments, especially from atheists and things, trying to say, well,
That-
God needed Judas to do this, you know, so he could. No, not really.
No. Judas, I mean, it happened through Judas, yes. Judas
All right.
could have easily said no and went the other way
Exactly.
and carried on with. Like, as soon
I mean, how does he know? Did Satan put a cock down PJ's throat? That's the only way he could have known, right? Or is he like, does he know that other people have had that? Is he like in a group, like a therapy group?
soon as the thief thing came up, and go and check it.
Versa. Just
Yeah.
Jesus left that for the answer. Then I guess that wouldn't make it ignorance if you find the answer, I guess.
Dude. If I don't know something, I'm not going to sit there and lie about it and make stories up about it.
This is one of
What? If you don't know something, you're not gonna. Yeah, you don't know what shape the Earth is, so you lie and say it's flat. You're a liar.
them things, Luca, where someone said that they've done it, and everybody says we've done it.
Who?
It's impossible. You can't bounce radar off sunlight.
Who doesn't want us to know things?
What? You can't bounce radar off sunlight? What? Exactly, Tusk. Here, I'm going to pin that. There we go. But what? You can't. At one point, I think this is where I came in. They were talking about the ionosphere. Let me see if he brings up a picture of the ionosphere, I think. Or does he? We're going to go back a little bit further. Okay.
I think light is one of those mysterious things that is almost in the
I mean,
realms
like-
of. Light is one of those.
Yeah.
I've heard him talk about scientific method, and they were well.
It was a
wrong.
joke. Yeah, but
Okay. I went too far.
can happen.
Well, I guess it depends on whether or not it's plausible. I guess the plausibility of it would.
Like, what's wrong with not knowing?
Well,
Because then you don't grow. You don't grow as an intellectual being. You remain stagnant
not knowing is just.
and only fit for food and not even human consumption.
Not knowing is just ignorance, I guess.
I'm
Not
sure.
everything. Not everything. What if? How is it ignorance if you search for the answer but can't find it?
If you reject all the answers, that's ignorance. That's ignorance. Not finding answers isn't ignorance. Rejecting all answers given to you is ignorance.
That's not
Okay, well,
ignorance.
if you're actively going out to search for the answer, then I guess that wouldn't make it ignorance if you find the answer, I guess.
So let's look up the definition of ignorance. Ignorance, definition. The state or a fact of being ignorant, lack of knowledge, education, or awareness. Ignorance is the lack of knowledge, understanding, or information about something. It can be the state of being uninformed about facts or a particular subject, and is sometimes used to describe a person's lack of educational awareness. So yeah, if you don't know something, you're ignorant to that. But I say, oh, okay. But what I say is ignorance is not seeking or not ignoring any attempt to educate you. That's what I call ignorance. Just knowing, I guess, yeah. But that, yeah, if you reject all answers, you ask a million questions and you reject the answers to every single one of them, that's ignorance. Especially if you do that because you believe in something that doesn't exist.
I just want
But
to.
not knowing is genuinely
Yeah,
ignorance.
I just want to ask for the audience. If you guys have any questions,
Willful.
feel free to tag me and or
There you go. Willful ignorance. Yes. Willful ignorance. That's exactly what I'm describing. I just forgot the term.
in the super chat, and we'll be more than happy to answer you. Or you can come in and ask questions, just to let you know. And you can ask what you want. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's okay.
See what I pictured when I first like came into this old debate genre. What I pictured was God, Buddha, Vishnu, all the gods in heaven, all gathered around like their big view screen or their big like circle with the clouds around it with the picture of the earth, right? And God is like the Christian guy's like, hey man, check it out. Check out what I did. I got a bunch of Christians to think the earth is flat. Watch, look. Bet you can't do that, Buddha. Look, check it out. Look at them. They're idiots. That's what I thought.
This is the same issue I had now with Dr. Blitz when I was trying to, have the discussion with him.
Look, they think space is fake. Look at him. Watch him say space is fake. Look at him.
You can ask what you want as long as it doesn't start with why, what, how, when.
All he did the whole time was run away every time I asked him a question.
Oh,
Or he
dude,
tried to misrepresent it.
Dude, we just watched it. You're a liar. He didn't run away from all the questions. He proved that your questions are stupid, that are uninformed. He faced you, motherfucker.
Everything I try and say.
He made you eat dirt.
You know,
He just wanted to come on, and the way he did that at the end, like didn't show you the video and just said to his own audience, I mean, the Elizabeth thing had nothing to do with the whole.
Dude, he played the video. Everybody saw it except for Flatzoid because he's not smart enough to open another window. He wasn't smart enough to open Dr. Blitz's window and fucking watch it on YouTube. So that's on Flatzoid, PJ.
Debate. He just had to get I got you at the end.
and then literally kicked me, while I was trying to explain.
No, he showed he showed how much of a fucking maggot you are, and then he ended your segment. You said you had to go, Flatzoid. You said he ran for the hills. No, you said you had to go. We saw you say that. You said that to your audience when you were muted, and then you said it to him. So you said it twice, Flatzoid. Now you're saying that he quit? He like rage quit? Ran for the hills? Come on, man. Grow the fuck up, Flatzoid, really.
Exactly.
Yeah, he didn't let his audience hear my side, but I mean that's all he had at the end of it.
Right. You said your side, that it's a Masonic symbol, which I proved it isn't. So you were trying to deny that you called her a whore.
The day because he got his ass whooped.
He did. I mean, he was sitting there and saying, "Yeah, I don't want to describe the scientific method to a flat earther, but he'll sit there and debate a flat earther. So what's the logic in that? You know?" Mad.
Hey, Vicky's got a live later, guys. Make sure to go and support Vicky. But yeah, it's it was quite telling. I think he was very ill prepared for me.
Yes, it was quite telling. And no, he has prepared all his life for you. He's prepared all his life for your call.
Very. But I mean,
everything adds up to this day.
In his Discord, he was like, all big mouth is like, oh, he's gonna obliterate me, you know, all these things is
He did.
like, okay.
Was that the name of?
He did on every single point, except he had to concede on the Bible thing. So Alpha and Omega or whatever. Yeah, he did concede on that.
Which channel? I Am an Atheist, or is that?
No,
just
no,
he
that's
was
what
talking
tonight's
about?
topic was.
Ah, right. Okay. Got you.
But he was all over the place.
I don't even know the dude. Never know. That's when
He's
he
he's
said you were live. I was like, what?
yeah,
How?
he's got his actual doctorate as far as I know. So he is
Oh,
actually
yeah.
a PhD.
Mhm.
And that's why I was like bringing up some physics terms to him. And I think he was very
Right.
surprised that
You don't understand physics, Flatzoid. You made that painfully clear.
I was actually able to answer him.
Yeah.
I've heard him talk about scientific.
Right, but your answers were wrong. If someone says, "What's your favorite color?" and I say, "Corvette," I haven't answered his question.
Method, and they were well.
It was a
wrong.
joke. Yeah, but that's why I was like, that's why I was trying to lead him into the scientific method. And I think he knows I know the scientific method, so he does.
No, you don't, Flatzoid. You do not. You think a hypothesis needs variables. That's how much you don't understand the scientific method.
Doesn't want to show his audience that he's useless at it. So that's why he was trying to avoid it at all costs.
Yeah. So, it's almost adorable, dude. Really. You're so childlike. So naive.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just terrible.
Yeah, Emma, all his
You know, I thought like Flatzoid at one time. I have to admit, my life would have been drastically different if I hadn't thought to myself. I mean, I had a basically a free ride to Columbus College of Art and Design, CCAD. And I said, they can't teach me anything. I'm an artist. Hey, Viz, my life would have been drastically different for the better. I would have learned glass blowing, metal working, leather working, fucking painting, sculpture. Nah, he can't teach me nothing. And as a result, I'm not as well off as I would have been. I would have been much happier. But I thought like this dipshit. Thought I was the kitty's titties. And I was not even the dog's breakfast. So don't be like Flatzoid. Don't be like me.
Globe followers always say he was steamrolling me, nonsense like that. But that's how it works.
I mean, glass blowing, man. Glass blowing. This was when everybody, nobody was smoking pot in brass or ceramic or wood. Everybody. There was no glass pipes. I would have learned glass blowing, would have mastered it by the time glass handpieces were a thing. And I would have been making thousands and thousands of dollars making custom pipes in California.
Works with these idiots. How can I say they hold each other's hands and sing Kumbaya?
But I got out of high school, joined the army, and fucked my life up, basically.
All right.
Would you agree that light has a speed, though?
According to your...
I mean, I did learn photography, which allowed me to take really nice photographs. I've been in galleries, sold my work. So, yeah. Trade-offs.
Rhetoric, yes.
As a matter of fact, and I mean, you're going to think I'm making this up, But when I was in the army in Germany, I was like taking a roll of slides. I was out at the park in Zweibrücken, Germany, and swimming around, and it was backlit. So it's like the sun was pointing straight at me, but it was sunset, and he had a really nice glow, really nice warm glow, and the water sparkled because it had a little bit of ripple to it. And I saw 2 black swans. They're common in Germany. Saw 2 black swans, black with a red beak, and I took a picture of them. So basically, they were just silhouetted, but you can still tell that they were black with those beaks that were lit up by the sun, because the beak's pretty reflective. And I won the all army photo contest for that photograph. So yeah, I believed in the black swan way back.
Well, okay.
I got a $25 prize. No, it's $50. Got a $50 prize and my name in Stars and Stripes newspaper.
I, on the other hand, don't really think anybody knows what light really is. I mean,
nobody really knows what light really. Yeah, they do, Flatzoid. Yes, physicists know what light really is. They really do. So again, you're basing. You see, this is the Dunning-Kruger effect. You're basing your own knowledge. You're basing everyone else's knowledge on your own intellect. You think you're smart as fuck, but you're dumb as shit.
We've did streams on this before. I think light is one of those mysterious things that is almost in the realms of.
It behaves like just from a person's observation. It behaves instantaneously, doesn't it?
Instantaneous.
It's almost like it's alive.
No, light is not instantaneous. It's not. That used to be a theory, but that was debunked.
It's weird.
And
so, if we do shoot radar up, right, send a strong radar pulse straight up, and then time how long it takes to get an echo. That would prove it if the planet was 1,000 kilometers up. That would give a really consistent echo at a fixed time.
But let's put it that way, you've done that, okay? Now you've determined it's come back at 1,000, from 1,000 kilometers or whatever. How are you going to determine what it bounced off?
Yeah.
I mean, I might be ignorant here, but I've not seen any radar equipment that points up. Like, it all seems to point horizontally.
There are radio telescopes, that do point straight up, though.
Yeah, but they're radio telescope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not radar. It's radio telescope.
But it's usually supposed to be, how can I place it, for the geocentric satellites, you could say, or whatever. But then again, we can have the same argument to say, how do we not know that the geocentric satellites and things are just sitting on the dome, attached to the firmament?
How do we know that satellites aren't attached to the dome? I don't know. By saying that satellites aren't attached to the dome because the dome doesn't exist, and you've not proven that there's a fucking dome. He played a video here at some point. Maybe we missed it. I think we missed it. Might have been back here. No. He plays a video. What the fuck? At some point, and he talks about internet. I don't know. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, there it is. Okay, we haven't missed it.
Firmament.
Well, I've heard the sun is about well, 3,000 miles up.
No.
Average
No.
distance I can
It's a black
well,
body. It's black body radiation, so it's not able to. You not can't get
Say what?
a reading back.
Well, no. The sun is not a perfect black body. It still can reflect. So.
Hence why the distance of the sun keeps changing.
No, I mean no. A flat Earth.
Now the distance to the sun keeps changing because we're in an elliptical orbit.
No,
Vicky.
No, I have to say that.
No.
I've heard it, but no, I mean that you don't hear that commonly nowadays.
Yeah, he was pretty good. I mean, he didn't raise his voice, he didn't yell and scream, but yeah, it was a decent debate. I would like to see him debate Flatzoid on the scientific method. That would be cool.
Well, no, you don't
Witness another spanking.
It's or the sun or the moon 3,000 miles away. You don't hear
So
that.
how hard do you think it is?
I couldn't tell you.
We don't know. We're not even saying it's a physical object. You guys are making the claim.
Speaking of spanking, when I was in San Francisco, I was a manager of a photo lab, Fromex photo lab on Gary Polk Street, and one of our clients, it was a 1-hour photo lab, huge fucking machines. One of our clients was a company called Man's Hand, and they would bring in like a box of exposed film, and we'd process it and print it, and they'd take those and put it in their online or whatever, and they'd sell the photographs. They'd sell them but it was just pictures of dudes in suits with a naked guy over his knee spanking them. That's all you saw was a bare butt. There was no anything other than spanking going on, and it's like roll after roll after roll of this 36 exposure fucking rolls of this shit. So that just reminded me of that. That's basically what it was. It's like, but Flatzoid was fully clothed.
Names.
How would you measure it? Like,
I've had an interesting life.
Exactly. Couldn't tell you, dude. If I don't know something, I'm not going to sit there and lie about it and make stories up about it.
this is one of them things, Luca, where someone said that
My nickname in San Francisco was the test pilot in the 90s.
they've done it, and everybody says we've done it.
Who?
It's impossible. You can't bounce radar off sunlight.
Who doesn't want us to know things here? Yeah.
The sun isn't sunlight, idiot. The sun produces sunlight, creates sunlight. But yes, you can bounce radar off the sun. That's how we measured how far away it is.
You say that science is keeping us all in the dark and keeping us from the truth, but you guys don't know much about the real world. You don't know. You don't know how high the sun is.
The thing is, Luca.
Yes, you don't know a lot about the real world. You don't even know what the sun is. You don't know what the moon is. You don't know what stars are. You don't know that space is real. You think gravity doesn't exist. Yes, you're fucking ignorant. Absolutely. I mean, if how can I say this? You think like a child. Children are ignorant.
No, the thing is, Luca, right? Luca, the thing is,
Luca, listen. Luca, listen quickly.
Luca, the thing is, you think you know.
Exactly.
You all think you know, but you don't actually know.
So you who admit you don't know anything, but we who try and educate you, we don't know anything, but you don't know anything. That doesn't make any sense. So we think we know about physics, and we just know it because it's physics. We can cite physics and show you physics and perform physics and do experiments in physics. But we don't know. We just think we know. All the scientists in the world just think they know science, right? And physics and astronomy, chemistry. They just think they know. So, yeah, when you go to school, when you go to college, the professors just say, do you think you know science? And they say yes, and they just give them a degree, right, PJ or Michael? Is that how you think reality works? Good Lord. Holy shit.
No one knows how far away the sun is. No one.
Yes, we do. We do, Michael. I mean, jealous much? Yes, we know how far the sun is. We sent probes there, dipshit.
Not a globe earther, not any claimed scientists. We don't, you don't, no one does. But you've just been told that they know.
Uh-huh.
Is Michael Crunk? Is that? Hold on a second. Is that her name? What's the fucking name? Anybody British here? Clunk? Crunk? Clump? Clump? No. What is her name? She does interviews. And she totally butchers science and history and shit. What is her name? Anybody, please help me. Hold on. I gotta find it. British comedy interviews, science. Yeah, there you Philomena Kunk. Yeah. It's Michael Philomena Kunk.
Like Elon Musk should be worried about getting guillotined. In the 1997 election, why do you think more people voted for Tony Blair than Oasis?
It's the same accent. It's the same fucking accent.
But we don't, you don't, no one does.
It's the same. It's the same accent, same area in England. He's Philomena Kunk. It's his Michael's new nickname is P Cunt. Philomena Cunt.
But you've just been told that they know.
Uh-huh.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Same accent, same dialect.
And it exists in an impossibility exists.
The thing with
You know what I mean?
the thing with people who believe in globe Earth, they think, well, if it isn't that, then what is it? Like that you have to know. You know what I mean? Whereas a flat earther realizes that sun's literally intangible. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's just some things that man's not going to know, Luca. I'm sorry, but that's just a.
What? Some things men's just not gonna know. Man, that's sad. How do you think like that? How does a human think like that? It just he's just dead inside. Seriously.
Truth.
Yeah, not every, but like there's always going to be something unknown, guaranteed.
Yeah, there's always the unknown, but you can't know anything? Are you fucking serious? I mean, that's just gaslighting to the nth degree. Jesus Christ, these people.
And so it should be. So it should
That's
be.
bad.
You know, God created this place. If we knew everything, we'd be God. You know? It's only God who knows everything.
See, and that's why God lied to Adam and Eve and told them that the tree of knowledge is poison, or the fruit of the tree of knowledge was poison. But Satan said, no, if you eat that fruit, you'll gain God's knowledge. Right?
Actually, that was the point. That what your debate brought up at what he said, like what before God and stuff, like what. So you say that God is the beginning, right?
Yeah.
No, God
is the Alpha and Omega.
He wasn't designed. He just is God. These are. Yeah.
I'd agree with that. Like, it has to have a starting point.
So then.
Okay. Every person on the street has a house number. Well, let's imagine. Let's do a thought thing.
Hypothetical.
Okay. So, every person on the street has a house number.
Yeah.
Say, I guess 1 to 10.
Okay.
1 is obviously the beginning, and 10 is the end.
Okay.
So we can say that it has a beginning and an end. But if we then expand that to the whole set of like integers and numbers, like minuses.
We'll start. We'll go from here.
Awaiting your question, Hot Cheetah Ball.
Okay, go ahead.
You could have come in and asked.
Yeah,
But no, nobody come in, so I'll come in. Another question.
Was that your only question, John?
He's asking the question, but
What does Matthew 6:23 mean?
What? That's a Bible
Yeah.
verse. It's a Bible thing.
Yeah.
Of course, that's what hot Cheeto balls you asking. I don't know who he's asking.
Well, I had to look up Matthew. What was it?
Very simple.
6:23.
If your eye is bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. It's
wait
just
a
trying
second.
to tell you
Yeah, I got it.
what you defile your soul with. You know, how can I say it? Don't look at things.
I wanted to go to here. Sorry, I had a thing kind of planned out.
Inside the universe, things have to have a beginning. Things have beginnings inside the universe.
Hey Roger, what's up, man?
Hey, Flats. How's it going? I heard
Hi,
a
what's up?
discussion about nature, and I wanted to join in.
Yeah.
Hello. So the has to have a beginning feeling is it's an intuition.
No, it's an observable reality. Everything has a beginning.
It's not a proven. It hasn't
Yes,
been
it is.
proven
It has been
to
proven.
be true.
It has been proven. Can you show me one thing that has always existed that's not observed that way?
Well, the universe as a whole, I suppose.
Yeah, you've never
might not.
observed the universe, Luca.
How about time?
Time's a man-made construct, or you also gonna throw time away like Blitz?
Yeah,
What
Wesley
do you
came
mean?
in and told me time was a real thing.
He didn't learn anything. It's kind of sad.
So, and I had to deny time or something. It was really.
See, that's the Dunning-Kruger. It's like nobody's smart as me. Not even that PhD. When I barely graduated from high school. That I was so dumb, my parents had to enroll me in the artistic classes because that's the only thing I could absorb. And I really didn't absorb that.
Strange conversation we had last night. So time is a physical thing, Luca? Is that what you're telling us?
What about energy? Energy.
They have to claim it's physical, Roger, because they claim it gets warped and bent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the fourth dimension.
Yes, something gets warped and bent. It's not
It's
time.
a physical dimension, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, so I got called the fourth dimension denier last night. Actually, so. Show me the
Let's
fourth dimension
say
people.
I mean, they're just so proud of being ignorant. They really are. I mean, listen to the joy in his voice.
It's not
It's
time.
a physical dimension, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, so I got called the fourth dimension denier last night. Actually, so.
He's just so happy to be ignorant. Just nothing pleases him more than to be wrong about everything.
Show me the
Let's
fourth dimension
say
people.
And he's just so proud of proving it too. How do these people live?
Ron, why didn't you hit that link and come in? Because Ron...
Does he? Hey, Cygnus. I'll have to watch that.
Ron seems to be making really idiotic claims in the chat, so Ron should come in and have a discussion.
What, like?
Read.
Reality
I
doesn't
ain't got
have a
YouTube
beginning.
up and run.
how about
Vicky, I see
Okay.
PJ's not by his PC at the moment.
how about
Probably make coffee.
okay.
Is it a short? All I see right here is a short.
You said the default position, flat plane. I'm asking you on your flat plane, explain the observations of the celestial sphere. In the north, you get counterclockwise rotation. In the south, you get clockwise rotation. Explain that to me on your default flat plane. Explain it.
Yes.
Right, because it doesn't matter if you're directly over a Ferris wheel or a merry-go-round or you're off to the side, it's still going to rotate the same direction.
So the counterclockwise and clockwise direction is super simple. It's based on looking different directions. Your better question is, why does it go around a singular point, is what you're trying to say.
No. I'm asking about the direction. I'm asking about the direction.
It, just looking opposite directions would make them go the opposite directions. They all go east to west.
If you put a clock
literally.
on your ceiling, which way can you face to make the hands go counterclockwise? Tell me which way you can face.
Not analogous. The stars drop.
No, it is, it is.
Yeah, it is analogous because the stars go like this.
Though, because the hands on a clock,
you don't get it,
right?
You don't get it. The stars drop due to perspective, so we're actually looking out towards them, not directly up.
Did
you know that?
Depends on your latitude, right? Depends on your latitude. You just said if I
Yeah, I saw that debate.
put a clock on the ceiling, right? Which way? I'm asking you, which way can you just said if something is spinning one way and you look a different way, it'll spin another way. So I'm asking you, put a clock on the ceiling. Which way can you face that'll make the hands appear to go counterclockwise?
You
Which way?
obviously don't comprehend what I'm saying,
I
Dave.
think
but
you don't understand what I'm saying.
Do you agree
Easy
that
to understand.
things will appear to drop due to perspective?
Why are you talking about perspective? I'm talking
Because you
look
don't
up the
understand
sky.
it. So
no, you're trying to obfuscate.
No, I'm not. If the stars are above me
Let me help
on
you
a plane and
me
I
help you
look
out.
out, they're going to look like they're dropping down, which means
Look at
I'm
this, buddy.
looking out at. You don't even understand basic stuff, dude.
Look at this. Hang on. Where's the camera? Which way is this turning? Which way is this going, buddy? Which way is this going?
I don't know. Which
do you
way
mean?
is it going?
Yeah, which way is it turning?
Who cares?
do you mean, who
What is
cares?
Why are
cares?
you obfuscating away
Is it
from
going
what I'm saying?
counterclockwise? No, I'm talking about exactly what I'm talking about. Is this going clockwise or counterclockwise? That's going counterclockwise, right? Just say it, Austin. Just say it.
It looks like that, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we keep it turning.
Do you think I don't understand the concept?
No, I'm
No, you obviously don't.
showing you, and I'm showing all the viewers. Look, which way is this going now?
We all get the concept.
Going clockwise. So if you're standing up here and you look at the sky, you see it rotating counterclockwise. If you're down here, you see it rotating clockwise. So admit that this phenomenon makes perfect sense on a globe, and on a flat Earth it doesn't, which is why you're rambling about perspective and all these other things.
No, there was no
obfuscate this
rambling.
very
You
simple thing.
incessantly interrupted me explaining it because you know you can't
No, because
actually
you're
allow me
trying
to
to
say.
change the subject. You said the default.
Exactly. Very good.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I watched that debate live. He did. Dave wasn't his typical brutal self. He was a little more like non-confrontational, if you understand what I'm saying. But it was a good debate.
Every person.
I was kind of disappointed at first that he didn't just rip him to fucking shreds like he usually does. But yeah, it was good.
On the street
He let Witsit get away with his hide this time.
as a house number. Well, let's imagine. Let's do a thought thing.
Hypothetical.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. He still fucked. He still faced him, but he wasn't. He was too kind, and it just Witsit doesn't deserve kindness.
So every person
But I got over it.
on the street has a house number.
Yeah.
Say, I guess 1 to 10.
Okay.
1 is obviously the beginning, and 10 is the end.
Okay.
So we can say that it has a beginning and an end. But if we then expand that to the whole set of like integers and numbers, like minuses and
Oh, I think he's been listening to Dr. Blitz, and he thinks he's gonna answer it better than him. You're already deep.
There's no
integers. There's no integers between 1 and 10, Luca.
What? There's no integers between 1 and 10? Did he just say that? Or am I had to have been hallucinating that.
You think he's gonna answer it better than him? You're already deep.
There's no
integers. There's no integers between 1 and 10, Luca.
He did. Oh my God, he did. He fucking did.
No, I mean minuses. Like
There's no minuses
3,
between 1 and
2,
10.
-1.
There's
So,
no minuses
1,
between
2,
1
3.
and 10.
There's no.
Does he think an integer is a minus? I mean, that's even worse.
No first number. If
PJ Vicky sent you a WhatsApp, by the way.
How far into
Yeah.
minus numbers can you get, Luca?
That's a good question.
Infinite far. So
Maybe.
there's no
It's an infinite regress on that.
There's no first
It's a
number
problem.
in infinite.
Luca, is it a logical deduction to have something before the beginning of something?
Huh? What did you say? Paul?
No, you can't have something before the beginning of something. Oh God.
Let's put it this way, Luca. Beginning of time. Okay. Would it be a logical inference to say clocks existed before time existed?
Right? No. Clocks didn't exist at the beginning.
Time has no beginning. Well, according to the Big Bang, it does. Time was created in the Big Bang, so there was no time before the Big Bang.
Was there time in the beginning, Luca?
Yeah. Well.
And time was created way later because the universe expanded faster than the speed of light. But if time didn't exist, it was able to do that. I think that's how it goes.
In our concept of time, in the human way of time, then sure, time always existed. Time never had a beginning.
How?
Time.
There isn't no beginning though. We're about minus second.
would you be able to count time? The concept of it at all?
Time like infinite, then it doesn't
I'm trying to get to a certain point. Pardon me.
have.
It still has.
It's
That's
not finite.
Yeah,
it's
so
not saying. It,
Dominant scientific view is
like time. Oh,
Four. Should just.
yes, but
So where's the
that's when I
start? Where's
go-
the start? Then.
No,
Because you
that's
just
when
told
I-
me.
I don't care about their philosophical fucking ramblings. They don't understand shit.
everyday life, everything in time.
but it's
But
not
that's
finite.
when I,
Right? It can be transformed.
You're
It's-
jumping.
what you guys are meant to think is energy. You know.
your time phone.
time as a
That might. Yes, we made it up.
We'll go
Like
from here.
we made seconds, we made minutes and hours and years, and, but using that we can say that we made time physical in a way because
We quantified time.
we made the concept
physical. There, come on.
floats. What?
Put a face on that monkey. You can do it. I know you can.
it's not like a walk or something. Time isn't physical like a walk.
A what?
A walk or a house.
A
or
rock?
whatever. It's not physical like that.
Have you been talking to Brenda?
Yes.
Time isn't something you can put in a box or something like that, you know? It's not that.
But you can save it in a bottle.
Oh, so time doesn't exist in a box. Okay.
No,
There you go.
what
Get in the box.
I'm saying is time isn't energy, it isn't atoms, it's not something you can weigh, it's not
Oh, it's a
physical
measurement.
substance.
That's
right?
what it is.
We only experience time because Valis tells us time exists. Valis creates change around us to give us the illusion of the passage of time.
Like it's not an object or some substance, yeah.
Valis is the vast active living intelligence system.
It's not that kind of physical.
So how many hours are in a minute? I mean, minutes in an hour. You know, stuff like that. That's what time is. Technically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not a
Time
physical
is time is a dimension, right? Would you agree?
Would it be a physical
No.
dimension?
I won't.
Like an axis.
Would it be a physical dimension?
Like a well, not you can physical.
See, I can't comment on this because I don't understand quantum physics, so I don't even bother.
It yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Time.
thing at all. It's a mental thing, I would say, and it's getting more mental daily. But
like
the only place time exists is
Well,
in your
well,
mind.
let's put it this way. I think they'll have
time
is to make every rockets push again.
like clock.
Anyway, at some point, Roger says, that's what I'm trying to find, but I can't find it. At some point, Roger says that he got in a traffic accident and he rear-ended some person. And, yeah. I'm just stating that because that may be him setting up himself for saying, yeah, I got a lot of donations and I'm going to have to use, I got to pay some money. He said they're taking him to court. They're suing him for the traffic accident, but you don't do that. You sue an insurance company. You take the insurance companies to court. That's why you have insurance. So if you have an accident, that's who handles it. So either Roger didn't have insurance, and he was he admitted he's at fault. I think he did that, but yeah, it's just I could see this cutting into his trip fund, if you know what I mean. I may be wrong. I hope I am. But Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, grift. And I may be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. So, but that's my hypothesis. So we have to let the experiment run to see if it proves my hypothesis.
Okay, LJ.
Yeah,
LJ
or
wants us to watch something.
Or confirms my hypothesis. Or refutes it.
Instead of seeing
It looks like a pipe thrown into the ocean, but it's
What do you mean?
Yeah, I definitely want to. I definitely wanted to show this. Hey, Stanley.
Its name.
what I said.
She meant what the
Is that its name?
Yeah, that's what I said.
It sounds like you're referring to something non-human.
Yeah, chances are she was talking about Brenda. So, hey, third. So yeah, what a scumbag to refer to someone as it. I mean, that's just, they call themselves Christians. Seriously.
Okay, is this showing?
And they'll know we are Christians by our hate, And they'll know we are Christians by our hate and slander and vile, repulsive bigotry. Ta-da!
Luca.
Oh, yeah, he was on about something, my Google history, something about massaging my bias, sort of thing. That's why I timed that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, simple as that.
Okay, LJ send me this link. LJ send me this link, and we should watch it.
It's not for oil or gas. It's an undersea internet cable. The reason your game doesn't lag or your video doesn't freeze, you can thank this cable for that. It looks like metal, but it's made of many layers. At the core are glass fibers carrying light signals that move data between continents. Every 50 miles or so, a small repeater boosts the light so it can travel across the ocean. A copper layer inside.
Just want to point out 90%.
So listen to what he says carefully.
90% of all internet comes from
the ocean.
Yeah.
A copper layer inside.
Just want to point out 90% of all internet comes from undersea cables.
Okay. It's actually 95%, but where's the other 10% come from, Flatsoid? Where does the other 10% come from? Space? Yeah. Space. See, if you say only 90% of internet comes through undersea cable, which it does, I'll give that to him. You're saying there's another way it comes in, which is space. That's how they transmit cable or internet across vast areas. But space with the satellite. So, you know, if I say I've got a job, I work, it brings in 90% of my income, and I said, and you say, well, where does the other 10% come in? And I say, well, I steal, I take money from other people, but 90% is from a legitimate job. Does that make me not a thief? Does that make the fact that I'm stealing non-existent?
Not satellites.
Power.
Well, then where, Flatsoid? Where does the other 10% come from? Granted, yeah, 90% of it isn't satellites. But why isn't it 100%, Flatsoid? Why wouldn't you say 100%? Yeah, 10% cell towers. Yeah.
Those repeaters. The cable is wrapped in steel and plastic, strong enough to handle deep sea pressure and to survive anchors or fishing nets. To install it, special ships slowly roll it out from giant spools. Near the shore, engineers use sea plows to bury it under sand so it won't get damaged. Each mile costs between $30,000 and $80,000. A full transoceanic line can cost billions. There are now over 500 of.
That's a big price difference. 30 to 80,000. That's a big discrepancy.
These cables worldwide, linking almost every continent and carrying most of the world's internet traffic.
Yeah.
All that work just to make your
Most. It's kind of like, yeah, it's not all, Flatsoid. It's most.
connection a few milliseconds faster. Worth it? You decide.
Faster than what, Flatsoid? A few milliseconds faster than what? See, satellite is notoriously laggy.
It looks like a pipe thrown into.
Thank you very much. Okay.
I don't know if it's worth it though. Spend that
So it's just you just prove satellites.
much money just so we can have internet. What goes
Yeah, see, it's very special.
on the internet? Be honest with you.
I think Drunk Debunk says.
See, none of them can explain how we have X-ray photographs of the sun. They can't explain that. Even a telescope on an airplane cannot capture X-ray images of the sun because our atmosphere filters X-rays, or else we'd all cook.
We're all echoing.
So just the fact that there are X-ray photographs of the sun means a telescope in space had with an X-ray collector, I guess, a digital camera that can see X-rays. That's the only explanation.
Maybe it's
Phil,
him.
Well, that nuh-uh.
It might be what's the name again? StreamYard. So I wonder if I must drop out of StreamYard and back in again. So I'm just going to quickly drop out of StreamYard,
Maybe
guys.
he's hearing double instead of seeing double.
Okay.
Flatsoy forgot to turn one of his streams off the other day, and it ran for like 12 hours or some shit. Just 12 hours of that. It's pretty funny.
Let's see. I hope it works. Excuse me.
Flatsoid's like a third child of like a rich couple. Said, yeah, we have. Have you met our children? It's Jeremy. He's a doctor. Frank, he's a lawyer. Yeah, but you have 3 kids. Oh yeah, Flatsoid. Well, what's he doing? Oh, he's out in the back trying to figure shit out.
And I'm back.
No,
Hopefully
you
it's
want to know it so he knew what not to do next time. Says you were being an ass. So don't be an ass and you won't be timed out. Simple.
Aljo says the audio's perfect.
Yeah, nobody else is getting complaints. I think it's just Drunk Debunk.
Drunk Debunk, then, like Vicky said.
Does Starlink have good latency? Because I tried fucking Xfinity satellite, and it's like I couldn't even run a video game. I couldn't play an online game. I mean, my fucking ping was so high all the fucking time, it just it'd boot me from everything. It's fucked up. So yeah, that's why I don't have satellite.
You probably get echo in the snapper. Yeah.
Is he English?
Oh yeah, he's got it all figured out.
No,
he's American. I think
He's American.
He's out back making mud pies that look like the Earth, look like his flat Earth.
Haven't seen Mike in a while though. Haven't seen Mike in a while. Didn't actually think he's still around, to be honest.
He came over to my channel like a week ago, and he was going to. I think he ran out of material, so he was coming over to trim some stuff out.
But it would help if he stops insulting flat earthers, you know, then maybe they'll engage with him more.
Maybe that's why I asked that question.
Why do you think we called it a nit?
No, I mean, the soul question. Like, do
the
you
soul question?
believe in souls? Remember?
Yes, we believe in souls, Griffin. Yes, and Mike has a soul too. And if he gave his soul to Christ, it would be a better thing. You know?
I think the reason I asked that was because, like NIV or ESV, those Bibles, those versions of
What
the
about
Bible don't really mention the word soul all that much. It's you'll still see
every
the word
translation
soul.
mentions the.
Anyway, I'm done. I'm fucking done. Hold on a second.
Anybody listening who knows scripture, I'm not negating all of that. What I'm saying though is that there's another scripture that used to say, "Judge not, lest you."
So yeah, we're not gonna watch any of that. Not gonna watch that. Yeah, I think we're done. Artie's Corporate Fiction's on in a few minutes, so I wanted to see that. And I've been on for almost 3.5 hours, so I think we're done. Anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for stopping in. Click like, subscribe if you haven't. And yeah.